How long have I been awake for? I've been awake for like since 2023 January. So what's that, like 3 years and a half? Honestly, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I've only been awake for like 3 years. And I feel like I've been awake for like 10, 15 years. When you start awakening to this stuff and knowing spiritual warfare is real, this stuff feels like it's going by very slow. Yeah, we're never alone. Plus, you always have the collective as well to fall back on. I think that was like the best part of this journey is like when you first awaken, you think that you're the only one out there thinking like this. And then you find other people online and you're like, all right, I'm not crazy. Appreciate the heart me. Thank you. Do you get attacked in your sleep? It's funny. That's going to be something we're going to talk about um, throughout the stream as well. When you guys are very tapped in, you're going to get attacked a lot in your sleep. The ways that I protect myself is I go to sleep like in a fasted state. That's on a good day. Like I never want to come on here and be like I'm perfect. My perfect fasting schedule, like I'll eat my last meal 8 hours before I go to sleep. And if you're able to do that, you don't really have to worry that much about spiritual warfare when you sleep. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. Ambient, what's good? Tiki, what's good? A master. Let me just call you Starcy. What's up? What's up? Seems like it's hard to date and make friends now since you're awakening. Yeah, it's very hard to like have friends or even date on this journey. And that's something we're going to talk about like throughout this stream as well. When you awaken and you actually have like a rare anointing on your life, you trigger a lot of jealousy out of people. People could think they're going to be cool with you in the beginning. They could be trying their best, but when you vibrate at a certain level, it's like you pull the demons out of those people and they start switching up and do the weird thing that people be doing. You made it to alive, lost, hey, lost but not alone. That's a dope name. Might be a little bit biased, but it's a cool name. Yeah, maybe a small snack. They ghost you. For these demons, I'd be thinking getting ghosted. I would rather get ghosted than someone try to stay around me and try to ruin my life. That's how I kind of look at it. Dealing with someone that ghosts you, yes, that's bad, but I'd rather people be like, you know what? I don't want to hurt you. I'm gonna leave you alone. That's bad for the fact that they can't communicate, but I'd rather that like than people act like they like you and then stay around and start doing all the weird things. Hey, keep tapping the screen, guys. I'm live both on TikTok and YouTube. If you guys are on TikTok, subscribe to me on YouTube, where this live will be uploaded afterwards. And we hit 10K, so I'm about to get started. For those of you guys that have been following me, I'm pretty sure you guys resonate with the things that I be talking about. So you guys probably know about the spiritual warfare. Some don't. We're gonna have people coming in here and being like, "What's a spiritual warfare?" But just to see like where everyone's at, if you know what spiritual warfare is, drop ones in the chat. If you've never heard about it, drop twos in the chat. My YouTube link is gonna be in my bio. Yeah, so also know, guys, energy, frequency, that puts you in alignment with the things you're supposed to be seeing, the people you're gonna meet, even all the way to your algorithm. So yeah, a lot of people that's coming in here, they already know about spiritual warfare because they are able to see through beyond the veil. So if you guys are in here right now and you guys know what I'm talking about, congrats. That means you guys passed a certain amount of tests. certain trials and tribulations, and now you've made it to the other side. And because of that, I know you guys haven't had an easy life. So kudos to you guys. But spiritual warfare, it definitely is a real thing. It's Think about it as this planet is trying to keep you in a reincarnation cycle. Every single person here on this planet has a purpose, has a soul purpose. Before you came here, you signed a soul contract that detailed the type of trauma you're going to go through, what you got to do, who you're going to meet, things like that. And if you complete that soul contract, you'll be able to get off of this planet. But there's a lot of entities that's on this planet that does not want you to leave. And because of that, you're going to come across a lot of people, situations, and basically energy harvesting systems. When you have people just trying to poke at you for no reason, when you have people trying to argue with you, rage bait you, all of that is spiritual warfare. When you guys are giving your attention to things of the matrix, things like a 9 to 5, paying attention to what's going on in the world, all of these things are just distractions. They're just put here to divert you from the path, because if they divert you long enough and you don't figure out who you are, then you will be forced to relive this life. Some people have been reliving this life for like 10 lifetimes, 15, 20, because they can't figure it out. But the only reason some people can't figure it out is because there's so much on this planet that's trying to distract you from knowing what's going on. But spiritual warfare, if we were to simplify it, all it is at the end of the day is it's designed to make you want to crash out. If you guys have anyone out there right now that's trying to drive you crazy, make you seem like you're not seeing things the right way, that's spiritual warfare in a nutshell. And when people do that, you got to learn not to listen to those type of things. When you were growing up, you didn't have this knowledge, so you took everything at face value. But once you start to awaken and realize that some people, they just want to get a reaction out of you, some people will just do evil things just to see how you'll react. All of that's just spiritual warfare. And when you start to actually understand what's going on, then you could protect yourself, because your whole life you were probably going through spiritual warfare and you didn't know what was going on, because the whole time you thought you was around like normal people and you was putting them at like a normal standard. You're like, why is my family treating me like this? Why are my friends treating me like this? And because you're like that one person that's trying to move in a genuine way, because you're that one person that's trying to move in the light, you're going to think that something is wrong with you because you keep running into the same issues when it comes with people. Everyone in the chat, if you guys thought you were the issue growing up, drop ones in the chat. You're like, it has to be me. Maybe I got to act this way. Maybe this will make them like me. Maybe if I do this, watch this. Come to find out that no matter what you do, they're not going to like you, because this is a spiritual warfare. It's not your vessel they don't like, it's your spirit. We're in a frequency war. If people don't like you for whatever reason, that's because they are vibrating at a low frequency. And when you are around people, you're triggering them. But growing up, they don't teach these things in school. They don't teach you that you're triggering, that you have an intimidating aura. So you try to like rationalize it and you think it's you. Whole time when you come around, you be exposing demons within people that they don't even know they have. There's people out there, they meet you, they don't even know why they don't like you. Their demon starts acting up, they get possessed, they start attacking you. But the weird thing that happens in the spiritual warfare is their vessel is going to have to try to rationalize why they don't like you. You're going to see people try to hit so many different angles on why they don't like you, and it's not going to make sense to you. At the baseline, it's just because they have demons. You guys went through your trauma, you guys figured things out. A lot of people on this planet is not trying to figure out their trauma. There's some people out there, a lot of people actually, that's stuck in a fixed mindset. Some people go through trauma and they just end up giving up. But the reasons you guys awaken is because you guys got a very curious mind. You guys wasn't going to accept what was like in front of you. You guys kept asking why, and why. And then you went so deep that you were able to awaken and get this information. And because you was able to get this information, the people that didn't do the work, they don't like the ones that are healing, the ones that are positive. When you realize this is actually a spiritual warfare and people are just not going to like you for being positive, that's when you can start moving accordingly and not letting this stuff affect you. When people are just coming at you like just because you are in a good mood, that shows you that they're battling something on the inside. And that's why some of you guys probably don't want to let people know you're even happy, because every time you do that, people want to hop on, start attacking you immediately. We're surrounded by energy vampires, guys, and you guys got to like be able to see them out, know when you're dealing with them. Your whole life you was growing up around them and you saw that almost took you out. So now you guys can't play around with this. If you guys know you're dealing with the energy vampire, it's time to start setting boundaries. Actually, I'm gonna ask you guys. Someone asked earlier, like, how do you protect yourself? I just said one of them. Boundaries is a good way. You guys drop your answers in the chat, and I appreciate all the gifts, by the way. Everyone just coming in here right now. You're not alone. I talk about spiritual warfare. Tap into my YouTube. This live is going to be uploaded right afterwards. Someone say praying. That's powerful. Cut every single person off. Silence. That's amazing. Silence is very powerful. One of your best weapons. You don't have to respond to everything. When you start seeing a demon start tripping out, you just ignore them. Leave them behind. Meditation's a good one. One thing to kind of like simplify this stuff as well, guys, is remember these demons are trying to lower your frequency. They're trying to attack you. They vibrate right here. Or actually, I'm gonna show it on the screen. But in the meantime, everyone type out what's some things you can do to keep your vibration high. How do you guys keep yourself in a high vibration? Someone said I laugh at them. These chats always be funny. So, guys, remember, like I said, these demons are trying to get you in a lower vibration. If you are dealing with the demon that is attacking you, they are below that 250 line right there. And if they're right here and you're up here because you do things on your day to day to keep yourself in a high vibration. You do some things such as nature walks, expressing positive emotions, good one, Ja, spiritual bats. What's YouTube saying? Constant prayer, solitude, altruism. That's an underrated one. Haven't heard that one. Music, sun. Those things that you guys do, that keeps you on a higher vibration. The demons, spiritual warfare, is to find something that will keep you in a positive vibration. And that might look different for everybody else. All you guys got to find is one of the things that people are putting in this list. And if it fits you, go ahead and do it. For example, me myself, I like going to the gym. If demons are like attacking me, trying to mess with my mental, I'll go to the gym, feel good immediately. And then what they tried to do had no effect over me. Your thoughts create your reality. These demons, they just want you to be in a negative way of thinking, because if they put you in a negative way of thinking, you're going to manifest more bad for yourself. That's why all these demons are trying to convert you to the other side, convert you to the other side. That's why when people keep throwing things your way and you stay positive, You're still smiling. You're like, it is what it is. People will hate you for that because no matter what they do, you still stay a positive person. You probably don't even know like how you stay that way. You just know you can't be like them. That's just how you're wired. You can't play the game that these people are playing. Someone could put you through the worst thing of the world and you're going to be like, hey, okay, it is what it is. I just got unlucky. I'm going to figure it out. These other demons, though, they got converted by thinking an eye for an eye. These demons got like, they got cheated on or something. They got trauma from their parents, from a friend, and now they become a supervillain. And now they're trying to like hurt people, and they go out there and they start traumatizing people. It's like a zombie apocalypse. They're trying to affect you. And because you guys know how to stay in a peaceful mindset and not let that stuff affect you, that's why they don't like you guys. Heaven and hell is a state of consciousness. These demons, because they vibrate low, they live in a constant state of hell. All they be thinking is like very negative thoughts. What's some of the emotions below the 250 line? Or not even 250, because I see courage up there. But feelings such as pride, anger, fear, apathy, guilt, those are things that energy vampires are thinking on a day to day basis. And because they are thinking about that on a day to day basis, that's why they need to seek out people that are higher vibration so they can siphon you guys of your energy. You guys vibrate high, and because of that, yes, you're going to attract people that are on a similar frequency. But law of polarity, you're also going to attract a lot of demons that are trying to drain you of said energy. How many of you guys know what an energy vampire is? Drop ones in the chat. There's people out there, they don't want to do the work to get up to a higher vibration. There's people out there, they're sad, they're feeling down, and all they know is that when they talk to you, they feel amazing. And if you guys aren't careful, if you stay around an energy vampire for too long, that's how people be destiny swapping with people. When you are on a high frequency, you got to be around people that vibrate at a similar frequency. And some of you guys that are new in here, you're probably going to ask, like, how do I know who's low vibrational? How do I know who's high vibrational? At the end of the day, you don't even have to have this knowledge. All of it's within, and you'll be able to feel it. There's some people you talk to, and you just feel drained afterwards. You have a conversation, they're just pulling at energy, pulling at energy, pulling at energy. And then when you go home, you feel tired, you feel drained. You're like, why do I feel like this? There's no reason that after you had a conversation with somebody, you should be overthinking, having anxiety, and all those different things. By you staying around an energy vampire for too long, they did like a mini destiny swap on you. Because how you're feeling after talking to an energy vampire is how they feel 24/7. And after you have that anxiety and you're overthinking after talking to that person, how do you think they be feeling? They be feeling amazing. One conversation with you, they go home, they start believing in themselves, they start smiling a little bit more, they feel empowered. And then some of these energy vampires, they start to get addicted to your energy. So as someone that's high vibrational, you guys have to learn how to protect your energy when you are out there. Because in spiritual warfare, these demons are very ruthless and they'll do whatever they can to get your energy. But a lot of them don't even know that they're doing it. A lot of it's just like a lot of this is like subconscious behavior. All they know is that like when they're around you, they feel amazing. And once again, if you are around an energy vampire for too long, the first couple times, all it's gonna feel like is that you feel down, depressed. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. What you are currently, your reality right now, whatever you have, your phone, your place, your money, your job, You manifested that from a previous way of thinking, from your current frequency. So you stay around an energy vampire for too long, your life is going to start going downhill. And what do you think is going to happen to that energy vampire or that destiny swapper? They were right here at like 100 and you were up here like at 540. You stay around them for too long. Now you bump down a little bit. They go up and now they start manifesting better in their reality. You start going through things. You don't know what's going on. You're like, before I met this person, my life was good. Now it's horrible. Everything's going downhill. But a lot of witchcraft be going on out there, guys. And for everyone that's new in here, if you don't believe in witchcraft, then this probably isn't the chat for you. But witchcraft is definitely a real thing. People will put you under witchcraft to make you think that you're dependent on them. You'll be the high vibrational person. They'll be the low vibrational person, but they'll manipulate you to make you think that they need you. They put you in a state to chase them so you can give them your own energy. And that's how a lot of these demons operate. And they get scared that you would recognize your own power. Because if you finally wake up, when it comes to energy vampires, they have to connect like an etheric cord to you. And one thing I'm gonna tell you guys when it comes to energy vampires, they can't take your energy unless you give it to them. So if someone is draining you, especially at this time right now, you're actually allowing that person to drain you. When an energy vampire comes around you, we have a thing called a solar plexus, like right here in our stomach. When an energy vampire has to start getting energy from you, they got to attach an energetic cord from their stomach to your stomach. And you don't even know that whole process is going on. Vampires need to be invited in. That's what the Lord be talking about. And that's exactly how it is in real life. You give them permission, they get attached. Now you're probably in a soul tie, connected, and now you don't even see what they're doing. And that's how people be destiny swapping. And people are going to ask me, like, how do you reverse these type of things? It's as simple as going no contact with somebody. All you got to do is go no contact, cut the cord, stay away from them, and any energy that was siphoned away from you is going to come back to you. Remember, these demons aren't doing anything to sustain the energy. They're draining you and draining you. They have to keep you around because if they walked away from you, they're going to go back to their low vibrational habits. And then sooner or later, it's going to start ticking back down, ticking back down, ticking back down. That's why, guys, if you guys are truly high vibrational, that's why people always come back to you. You probably have someone in your lives like, I don't need you. I did this for you. I did that for you. You don't know what you're talking about. But then when you walk away, give it a week or two. Now they're hitting you back up. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm good. I've changed. I'm this. That's because they feel it now. They themselves be believing their own lies as well. Some of these demons are so delusional that they truly believe they're the ones supplying you with the energy. But as soon as you walk away and their life starts to go back to how it was before they met you, now they can't take it. These energy vampires, also like when you're with them, some of you guys be in relationships with them, friendships, they be destiny swapping, they be looking better while you're looking like you're going downhill. The way to know who was the energy vampire in that situation is whoever walks away, the person that gets to glow up, the person whose money goes up, the person who looks like they're happy again, while the other one's going downhill. That shows you who was the one siphoning the energy in that dynamic. And people always gonna come back, especially too because you guys are also when you hit a certain level in this frequency, you get this special little thing called divine protection. So yeah, we're surrounded by demons, but at the same time, if you guys truly vibrate high, you guys are protected. Nothing really out there can really mess with you. The weapons will form, but they'll never prosper. The only thing though is when you guys stay around people and you guys forgive people, they don't get their karma. That's why you guys got to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt and believe them when they show you who they are and walk away from them so they can get their karma. But these demons are very crafty. They know when you start to figure things out. They know different manipulation tactics to do to you. But if you truly vibrate high, you have discernment, you activate your gifts, you can tell when someone is not supposed to be. Maybe they'll be good. Maybe if I stick it out, they'll change. And that be getting you guys into like a lot of trouble because you guys be thinking like, okay, I know they're bad, but when they're good, they're good. I know they're bad like 90% of the time, but I remember that one good thing they did like a year or two ago. Hey, people are always evolving or devolving. Don't let nostalgia keep you around a person. You never know what is exactly going on in someone's head. When you met somebody, they could have been a good person, but never underestimate what is going on in their head. Someone could start going through things and start becoming a demon. And when that starts happening, you got to get out of there. Because if a demon starts to manifest in them, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to be a demon to everybody else and then leave you out of it. What they do to other people, they're going to do to you. Some people be snitching on themselves, telling on themselves, but you guys don't want to believe it. Be having a conversation with somebody, they be telling you, like, yeah, I just manipulated that person yesterday. I just did that. And you're just laughing it off, like, okay, I know they won't do me that way. Hey, if you guys think that way, I'm sorry to tell you, or I don't even have to tell you. We guys have went through these situations. Someone's telling you what they're doing, and then they end up trying to do that same thing on you. One thing about these demons, guys, is they vibrate very low. They're not as discerning as you. So these demons don't even know that they be telling on themselves. So they'll literally snitch on themselves, but then try to do the same thing to you like a day or like a week later. Know that when you vibrate at a certain level, God is showing you who people are. God will show you in a dream. God will let them tell you themselves. God will let someone snitch on them without them knowing. When you guys vibrate at a certain level, yes, you've been hated your whole life. Yes, you've been triggering people. But honestly, on this side, you get a lot of benefits. Everyone in the chat, would you rather be on this side or would you rather be back in the unawakened side? Would you rather be awakened or would you rather be unawakened? Because me, when I first awakened, I felt lonely. I'm like, yo, this is insane. I don't want to be seeing these things. But that was me on day one. 3 years later, I love it, honestly. When you're truly awakened and you're doing the work, no one can, I'm not going to say no one because we don't become all knowing, but 90% of people cannot get one over on you. And if someone does get one over on you, you have more information to add to your discernment to get even stronger. And because you guys are so curious on this path, you guys just keep elevating, elevating, and elevating. And then you start seeing through these demons like crazy. When you guys first started, you probably would have been in this chat like, well, how do I detect the energy vampires? I don't know. Now you guys see this from like a mile away. Now you guys are so advanced. You guys be in an environment where everyone's hyping up that one person. They say one word, you're like, that's a demon. Immediately. Like your mind just switches immediately. Because you guys don't need much. If you guys have been on this path for a minute, you guys have went through so much trauma. God has blessed you with these gifts. People can't hide from you. It's like you just see it off of people. As much as they smile, as much as they dress up their words, as much as they're like, I'm gonna manipulate them. All they gotta say is one word. For some of you guys, they don't even gotta say anything. You just see them. That's like that's a demon, like immediately. But you guys are very humble. You guys be seeing things and you're like, all right, I just want to be sure though. I don't want to think I'm all knowing. I just want to be sure. And then you guys get your confirmation immediately because people can't pretend around you. It's like when people are around you, you're like a truth serum to these energy vampires, not in just what they say, but what they do. When it comes to that demon being in a group, they probably was on their best behavior. They never really did anything demonic to the other people. But then when you come around, people can't help it. They start tripping immediately. You've seen people do some of the craziest things that you never thought you would ever see in your whole life. You've seen things that you can't even say out loud because you're like, this doesn't even sound believable. And if someone online didn't go through the same thing, you probably thought like thinking like you were dreaming that or something. Your energy brings out the deepest, darkest demons in people and makes them do some very weird things because you guys are put here with a mission. You guys are put here to tear down illusions, to unmask people. And this isn't something you want to do. Having an intimidating aura is a very exhausting thing because you guys just be trying to chill. You guys just be trying to mind your business. And next thing you know, you're in a boss battle with some type of low vibrational entity. You can even tell them, like, hey, look, I don't care what you're doing. Just leave me alone. I'm good. They can't leave you alone because of how high you vibrate. Sometimes you can tell people, like, I see what you're doing, and they will get even more like amped up and start doubling down on what they're doing. And that's how you know you're dealing with demonic people because you want peace, you want tranquility. These people want chaos. These people want you to get crazy. You start letting them know I see you. They start getting hyped up. They're like a worthy competitor. And you're there like, what is going on right now? And now you guys have gotten to the point where like you don't even talk to these people anymore. If you see them doing some demonic stuff, you just act like you don't see anything and hope they don't target you. You got to play dumb on this path to like survive, guys. If you guys are out here with your discernment vibrating high and you guys are thinking like I'm gonna go expose everybody, you're gonna have a bad time. And we all had to get like jumped in and to figure that we can't do that. All of us, when we first unlocked discernment, we start seeing these things. We thought we were gonna go out there, expose people, be Superman. You probably had the mindset that truth tellers, that we're like the Superman in society. You're like, I'm glad I got this gift, and that just went horrible for you. Because the higher you vibrate, the more you see that a lot of people aren't vibrating at that level, and a lot of people they love living in lies and illusions. And if you're that one person that's trying to expose illusions, whether intentionally or unintentionally, you get targeted immediately. We're in a matrix. Some people don't want to wake up. A lot of people are happy living like in their bubble, and you got to let those people just be. Everyone in here that awakened from the matrix, what year did you guys awaken? I'm kind of curious. Me, myself, I've awakened in 2023, January. Kind of curious to see when you guys awakened. Got someone 2022, 2010. Ooh, that's a long time. 15 years. 2020, the mass awakening. 2024. Hey, 2023 and 2024 is like the worst years of my life. That beginning awakening is not a walk in the park. 2021, 2020, a lot of 2023s in here. 2012 on the YouTube side, August 2019. Ooh, 2001, advanced. But like I be saying, like as soon as you guys awaken, one of the first lessons we had to learn is that if you are around low vibrational people, people that's still within the matrix, you got to kind of like leave them behind. And if you still want to keep them in your life, you got to kind of change the way you operate with those people. Because once again, you awakening and having this knowledge isn't going to make people want to awaken with you. A lot of you guys probably went to these people, you had the knowledge, you broke it down to them. You're like, I'm gonna save my family members, I'm gonna save my friends, and they immediately turn into like a whole enemy to you. Jonathan, appreciate it. 2026, 2023, crucifixion, resurrection, 7 years is here. Tribulation time, 2022 at age 20, I was awakened. That's what's up. Appreciate the message. But yeah, for a lot of us, we awakened and We try to awaken the people around us. Remember, people are going off of a programming if they're in the matrix, and you trying to awaken someone when they're not ready is going to cause them to be an enemy. And it just doesn't apply to the matrix itself. When you are dealing with narcissism, that's a matrix based on the fact that narcissists surround themselves with people that don't want to see the truth. You guys probably had a narcissist. Actually, if anything, I'm gonna bump into narcissist right now. If you guys ever had like a narcissist like do a smear campaign on you guys, drop ones in the chat. We're gonna break down narcissists right now. Yeah, but narcissists, this is something that is very talked about, which I love, by the way, that's talked about on TikTok. A lot of us awaken and start seeing that we are surrounded by narcs. When you are dealing with a narcissist, that's a matrix system within itself. Because, like I was saying, narcs surround themselves with people that let them live in delusion. So if you're coming around a narc and you're forcing them to like face reality, they are going to target you. And if they know they can't control you, they are going to do some type of smear campaign on you guys. And we had a lot of ones in the chat, so I can see that you guys went through it. But that's just them doing witchcraft on other people. If you guys just came in here, once again, witchcraft is real. People manipulating other people, that's them doing black magic on other people. Narcs, warlocks, Jezebels, Delilah, they all just want control. And that was something you guys had to like learn like a little bit later in your path. You guys started to see that there was a game being played this whole time and you didn't know what was going on. You thought that everyone was being genuine. You thought like, hey, everyone's being cool. We're just all be adorable. You're normal. I'm normal. It took you a minute to understand these people were playing some demonic games your whole life, manipulating you, guilt tripping you, just doing things to get you under their control. You were getting older and thinking you were connecting with other people, but the whole time they just wanted some type of control over you. And once again, narcs, warlocks, Jezebels, Delilahs, that's what they want. They thrive off of control. People that are demons, the last slide we were talking about frequency. If you are a low vibrational person, you are some type of demon. You are someone that went through trauma and you weren't able to figure it out. And because they weren't able to figure it out, that trauma manifested itself into a real life demon. And demons, they want control because they never want to put themselves back into a position where they feel like they don't have control because that's the exact thing that gave them their trauma. So if you're dealing with someone that needs control, that's someone that is like a very traumatized individual. Narcissist, that's a worldly term. The 3D, the Matrix, they start noticing that, oh, like there's like some like people that's like very weird or like they be moving very demonic, but they put a worldly term on it because a lot of people don't believe in into spirituality. But they had to place that title to give a psychological reason. But the spiritualist in here knows that everything is spiritual. Everything happens in the spiritual before it happens in the 3D. And if everything happens in the spiritual, someone that has trauma allows themselves to get possessed by a Jezebel spirit. Jezebels are your overt narcissists. The Delilahs, those are your covert narcissists. And those are the ones you really got to watch out for. Because a lot of people are playing the game and it's like a spectrum. Some of them, like you can tell, like, oh, they're like very narcissistic. It's very obvious. Delilahs, they know how to blend into society very well. They're the ones that have you questioning yourself. You're like, are they narcissistic? Are they? No, they're not because they do this. They study you. They know how to mirror you to make you trust them. And then when you least expect it, they're going to traumatize you. Some of you guys be staying with these people because you be thinking like, when I first met them, they were the best person in the world. They were so empathetic. There's no way they could be a narcissist. Hey, man, hey, the world is a stage, guys. If you guys get one thing from this stream today, know that the world is a stage. A lot of people are playing characters out there. And then you probably be thinking like, what? No, that seems unbelievable. People acting, that seems a little bit exhausting. I can't do that for a lot. It is exhausting. That's why we don't do it. That's why we stay in the house. There's people out there, they could pretend for a very long time. Some of you guys got married to a narcissist where they were pretending up until you guys got married. But one thing about a narcissist, one thing about Delilah's spirit that has a mask on, that mask is eventually going to fall. And when it falls, and if you don't know about this stuff, the first time seeing a mask fall off of a narcissist is going to be one of the trippiest things you ever seen. Because you're not going to know where that came from at all. And because that was the first time you seen it, you're gonna like give it a pass. You're like, all right, maybe that's just like they're tripping or something. And then a couple days later or a week later, they do it again. You're like, wait, now okay, that was a little weird. Then you have a conversation. They tell you, oh, my bad, I'll never do that again. A month later, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Because when that mask falls for the first time, you just got a little glimpse of who they truly were. You saw the demon for who they are, but they got you back under the witchcraft. They were able to manipulate you. One thing about having discernment, guys, and knowing and seeing through people, and you guys can validate this in the chat. When you first see that first red flag, you're going to try to ignore it. But if you keep ignoring it, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. If that's happened to you guys, drop ones in the chat. It kept getting so worse. It kept getting so bad. You kept thinking like, there's no way it can get any worse. And it just kept getting worse and worse. They kept showing you, but wait, there's more. And when that happens, that's God trying to show you who that individual is. And you guys have to learn not to ignore the red flags. You guys have your God given abilities, so you guys got to use them. If you guys see that you are around a demon, you got to get out of there. If you guys are in the chat saying, like, well, how can I save them? I don't want to leave them. That's the witchcraft talking. And I can't save you at that point. I can give the information, but at the end of the day, you got to meet God. You got to meet this knowledge. You got to meet your gifts halfway. Because if you keep trying to make excuses for people, God is going to get you away from that person, but you'd rather get away from them in the beginning when you see it than wait too long. Because if you stay around a narcissist for too long, they can literally ruin your life. How many of you guys had your life ruined by a narcissist and you had to pull yourself out of a very, very dark hole? Drop ones in the chat. You'll be able to bounce back, but you'd rather not go through that. A lot of us had to learn that very hard lesson when we were surrounded by narcissists. They jumped us to the point we hit our rock bottom. We almost didn't make it back, but that was exactly what we needed to finally see what we were dealing with. Because that's what pain is going to do for you guys. That's what trauma is going to do for you guys. It's going to awaken you and show you exactly what's going on. Some of you guys was probably born in a narcissistic family. Some of you guys was probably surrounded by this stuff your whole life, and you really put your trust into people that you thought would have your back forever, just to have them almost take you out. And remember what I said about the Delilah, Jezebel, and these masks? That's exactly what happened when you hit your rock bottom. Because you be thinking like a regular person. You be thinking if your friend hits their rock bottom, if your family member hits your rock bottom, then you will pull them out. You will help them out because that's what friends do. That's what family members do. Did you guys get that in return with those people? Drop your answers in the chat. When you guys hit your lowest moment, were they there for you? Did they help you out of that situation? Or did you have to pull yourself out of it by yourself? And just like I was saying with the mask, when that mask drops off of a narcissistic spirit, it is the trippiest thing you will ever see. Because when you were down in your rock bottom, you didn't even recognize these people. You didn't even know they were capable of it. Because not helping you out of a bad situation and supporting you, that's one thing. But they truly went demonic on you and was stomping you out and trying to keep you in that position. You were going through a humiliation ritual and you saw some people celebrating. Some people's like, finally, your downfall is finally here. People are celebrating, popping fireworks, and they thought that was the end of you. And they thought they was never gonna see you make a comeback. But like I said, guys, like when you're divinely protected, that stuff doesn't work on you. That weapon is gonna form, but you're gonna make it out. And you guys are a living testament of making it out. And now some people see you from your past, and it's like seeing a ghost because you weren't supposed to make it out of that. That was supposed to be your end. Literally, everyone turned on you. You had no support. You lost everything. You were depressed. If you put that on paper, how is someone supposed to make it out of that? Honestly. But you guys just telling yourself, like, hey, look, no one is coming to save me. I'm going to get myself out of this situation. It was probably one of the hardest things you guys had to do. Hey, but it was worth it. Because now that you made it out of it, hey, you guys got superpowers. You know how bad someone has to traumatize you for you to like unlock like superpowers and gifts? That's why I know everyone in this chat right now, if you're relating to what I'm talking about, you guys went through it. Like you guys went through the mud. So congrats to all you guys for making it out. I know it was not easy, but because you came out of it, now you guys are getting blessed with all these different things. And these demons hate it. They hate you because what they did to you didn't have the effect that it thought it was going to have. And that's how you know you're dealing with crazy people. When it comes to spiritual warfare and dealing with these demons, when you can literally just tell yourself that, oh, they're crazy, now you're not going to be tripping. It was when you thought they were normal and they did something crazy, that's when you were tripping. But now that you know you're dealing with demons and they do something demonic, you're like, oh, okay, they're a demonic person. But yeah, they're mad at you because you weren't really taken out by their witchcraft. You were able to make it out. And not only did you make it out, because they're like, all right, they're back. Are they going to be the same version? You're like an upgraded version of yourself. You guys got your psychic abilities now. You guys have discernment. You guys be knowing things you're not supposed to know. And the crazy part about this too is like you don't have anyone you can really talk to about these things. Everything you guys are experiencing and like you can like tell someone it and really break it down. Find these videos, show them my videos, show them this live and tell them this is what I'm experiencing. It doesn't register to them. You can literally tell a demon that you're dealing with, like, hey, look, I have discernment. You probably don't want to try to manipulate me because I'll be able to see through it. I'm also divinely protected. So if you do this, this is what's going to happen to you. It does not register to them at all. They probably think you're joking. They probably think you're crazy. Some people hear you say that stuff and they take it as like a challenge. It's like, you think you see it? You think you're divinely protected? I'm going to show you. And they got to find out the hard way that you're not one to mess with. At this point, it's just like they're asking for it. Like you be warning people, they be getting warned, God be warning them to leave you alone. The people that attack you trust that what they're going through behind the scenes, they get so many warnings to not mess with you. And they're like, nah, like they get the demon in them is like, nah, I need to take this person out by any means necessary. And now that you guys know what's going on, now you guys don't get bothered by these attacks. When you were growing up and surrounded by narcissists, warlocks, Jezebels, you didn't know this stuff was real. So that's when you were tripping. You're like, why are these people doing it? Is it me? Why do they hate me? Now that you guys are awakened and you have this information, you went down to certain rabbit holes. Now they don't want to mess with you because you know way too much. Because all these demons, they think they're crafty. They think when they come across you, they're going to be the most strategic manipulator of all time. Yeah, you got jumped to get this knowledge, but now that you have the knowledge, it's like you see everything that they're doing. And the crazy part is they don't think you see it. They be thinking they're super crafty. They're like, I don't see it. And once again, you guys be playing dumb, but you saw what they were doing like 10 steps ago because you've seen the same behavior in the past. Because one cool thing, another thing you guys got in your psychic abilities is this beautiful thing called pattern recognition. You guys don't even be trying to see these things, but you keep picking up on the patterns. You're like, oh, I saw this like 5 years ago. And sometimes like you see it so well, you be thinking like it's so obvious they can't possibly actually be doing that. And 9 times out of 10, they do exactly what you're seeing them do. And then when you reveal that you know what they're doing, they start freaking out. Like, how do they know this? And they immediately start gaslighting you. That's like their biggest like tool in the tool shed. When they know they're defeated, when they know there's nothing else they can do to you, they just start making up a reality. And you're like looking at them like, is this really what I'm experiencing right now? How many of you guys get gaslit on this journey? Drop ones in the chat. That's something that's gonna happen a lot. Like if you're truly gifted, if you're truly on this path, they love gaslighting you because you know too much. They can't fight you at all. So they're immediately gonna say you're crazy or something. They're gonna say you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. You think I do that? Is that what you think of me? And you're like, what? And this stuff was getting you guys in the beginning because once again, you guys are very empathetic individuals. You guys love giving people the benefit of the doubt. Before you think there's some demonic individual, you're like, yo, and this was the old you. You're like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I wasn't seeing it that way. Maybe I don't have discernment. Just to find out that not only were they were doing that, it was actually 10 times worse. These demons, these narcissists will literally play in your face. They will take a lie to a grave. And that's why you guys have evolved to not need no closure from the narcissist, not needing an apology, not needing them to explain themselves. Because you know that when you're gifted and you see what's going on, all they're gonna do is just try to like keep gaslighting you, hope that you would explain yourself so they can gaslight you more. And then you guys evolve to a point in your journey where you can cut people off and not need no type of explanation. And once you get to that point of your journey, these demons are going to despise you so much. Because if you don't give people a chance to manipulate you, they turn you into a demon or something because you fully took away their control. Remember, going back to the beginning of what we were talking about with narcissists, it's all a control thing. If you're able to see someone as weird, someone is demonic, and just cut them off, you remove their control, and now they start freaking out. What do you mean I can't manipulate you? They start going crazy. Because by you guys protecting your energy, you guys be doing this little thing called return to sender. And don't ever feel bad for doing a return to sender because that's not even your energy. You're not purposely sending them bad energy yourself. You're just ignoring whatever they got going on. You be chilling, you be seeing people do demonic stuff, ignore them, and see their whole lives get like turned over. That's them doing it. Some people learn from it because in this whole reality, it's all about evolving and learning. If someone became a demon, that's because they ignored their growth for so long. And God be sending you guys on assignment because hopefully, if you come across a demon, you take them down, hopefully they'll learn from it and get better and learn that they can't do it. But a lot of these demons will never learn. You guys probably have someone out there right now that just keep attacking you, keep attacking you. You're not divinely protected, attack you, get their karma. They retreat for a little bit. They get a little bit better. They're like, oh, that was just a coincidence. They come back, attack you again, get their karma. Over and over, just don't want to learn their lesson because they're very egotistical. People that's in the 3D, demons, they operate out of ego. You guys operate out of your soul. They be thinking that there's no possible way you're taking me down. Because another thing too, people are gonna assume that you just because like you're a good person, they're gonna think you're weak or something, or that you're not supposed to win. But that's because narcs are brainwashed to thinking that evil it triumphs over good. And that's because society glamorizes narcissism. The people at the top of this matrix, they use narcissism, manipulation to get to the top. So to have that like one person that's still operating in good and you still come out on top, that's very unheard of in this reality. There's not a lot of us out here, guys. If you look around, we're outnumbered severely. Like it's very crazy. I know we're in a chat right now. How much people we got? Like 500. There's not a lot of us out there. I'd be thinking there's only like 10% of us. 10% of people that's awakened. And then when you awaken, not everyone is a good person when you awaken. So then that number probably goes down to like 5%. Many are called, few are chosen. Some people choose to be evil. I don't know where they get that from. I don't know what their childhood is looking like. But us, we're choosing the path less traveled. Yeah, we get attacked a lot, but we can't do anything else. It's just not in us. But even though we're outnumbered, we still have that heavy protection on us. And there's not really much they can do to us at all, to be honest. Because yes, they're gonna attack you, but they're gonna keep getting their karma for attacking you. And once again, too, if someone attacks you, God will always use those your enemies as your footstool. You will just alchemize the energy. When these demons attack you, they get their karma and you elevate whether you know it or not. And remember how I said that these narcs are very delusional? Because once again, they're gonna attack you. It's not gonna have the desired effect. And then you're gonna elevate. They're gonna hate you for that. Because what do you mean you're not traumatized? What do you mean you're not sad? Remember, in spiritual warfare, the goal is to get you guys to crash out. It's to get you guys depressed. It's to make you guys want to give up. So if they attack you, you stay happy and you elevate afterwards, they're gonna hate you for it. There's demons out there that thinks you owe them compensation because you didn't let them manipulate you. You didn't let them traumatize you. And that sounds crazy saying it out loud. Because what do you mean I owe you compensation? You attacked me. I didn't do anything to you. That's why when you guys see the craziness, you guys got to ignore people. And a lot of you guys got to that point of your journey already, understanding that, look, when you start seeing crazy, when you start seeing demonic people, when you know you're dealing with a narc, just start ignoring them. And that stuff will make them go crazy. Not even like you're trying to make them go crazy. Remember, that's their own energy. They're attacking you and it's unwarranted. You ignore them for your own safety. And because you guys get very good at like ignoring people, alchemizing the energy, you guys will have like a lot of people like in one-sided beasts with you guys. How many of you guys be dealing with people that be in one-sided beasts with you? Like drop ones in the chat. That's gonna be like some of like the funniest stuff you're gonna see on this journey. When you guys really start to get advanced, because remember, when you guys were growing up, you thought that everyone was normal. So you were trying to like conversate with everybody. You were trying to figure out the issue. You're like, I noticed this is what happened. Is everything good? And they kept manipulating you. Now you know you're dealing with demons. So now you don't be conversating if you know they're demonic. If you know that they're doing something shady, you're like, all right, you be weird over there and I'm gonna stay over here. But they got to get that reaction out of you because that's how they get their energy. If you react, remember it's all a spiritual warfare to drain you of your energy. If you don't react, you protect your energy. If you react, you make them feel good. Some of you guys be thinking they're trying to like really like solve things with you. They're trying to come to a common ground. These demons don't care to get to like give you clarity. They just want you to react in some type of way. They're like a little kid. Like you guys ever watch like Family Guy? You know, like when the mom was like laying down and like Stewie was like, "Mom, mom, 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 mom," and as soon as it's like, "What?" He runs away giggling. That's how these demons are. They're like little school kids, like kicking you and kicking you. And if you react, they're gonna start giggling, laughing, and like jumping up and down. So when you don't react to them, you start making them go crazy. And you guys got to be very advanced in that because what you're going to deal with a lot of people, a lot of narcs, is reactive abuse. If you guys know what reactive abuse is, drop ones in the chat. Maverick, appreciate the follow. That reactive abuse is a very sick thing to do to somebody. Remember, all of this stuff is like witchcraft, people be manipulating. The reactive abuse is basically someone poking at you, poking at you. And then as soon as you react, it's no longer what they were doing to you. That's like a destiny swapping tactic. Because as soon as you react, they basically made you them in the situation and they're able to take your spot in the situation. They make themselves the victim and then you become the aggressor. And then a lot of these times, these people do it in a way where other people are watching. And then other people, they only see your reaction. So you can try to say something, but all they're like, you know what? It wasn't that serious. Why are you like that towards them? And they'll be there just playing the victim. And it'd be crazy. These narcs, they're very good at like doing this thing called Darvo. Darvo is when they do something to you, but then they'll accuse you of doing it. Then they switch you to being the offender and they're the victim. You guys, when you see crazy guys, once again, just ignore all this stuff. On this journey, spiritual warfare, the longer you stay on it, the more you're gonna have like the craziest accusations being done on you. And this stuff used to really make me depressed. I'm like, why do people keep lying on me? Why do people keep doing this, saying this? It makes me not even want to talk to people. What made me feel better is understanding that Jesus Christ went through the same thing. Jesus Christ says in the Bible, if the world hates you, remember it hated me first. Jesus Christ was going through some of like the worst accusations of all time. So I'd be looking at his story. I'm like, if he can get through that, I got nothing to complain about, to be honest. Yeah, I be going through these smear campaigns. Same with you guys. You guys got people lying on you, 10 people, 15 people. Hey, Jesus Christ had it way worse. We go through our crucifixions, but it's never really going to be on that level. And once you understand that if you ignore these things, you will always be protected in the situations. And we have to go through the fire to get this information. Like, we didn't just awaken and we just knew all this stuff. Like, we didn't awaken and we're like, smear campaigns don't respond, narcs are this. And we have to go through it. If you guys are in here saying facts, I understand that. I be empathizing with you guys because I knew me going through that stuff was horrible. Having someone lie on you, like when you don't have this information and that happens to you for the first time, you're just like a lamb that you're just like a baby lamb just walking into like the walking in to get obliterated. Because in this world, you be thinking logically. You don't be thinking like a demon. So when they start lying on you, you're like, they're not gonna lie on me. I got the proof. I got the text messages. I'm gonna go clear my name because they value the truth. That's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. To the ones that's on the other side, we know that you can't do that. If you guys are just in here and you're dealing with a smear campaign for the first time, please don't defend yourself. That smear campaign, if you have someone doing a smear campaign on you right now, you're dealing with like a witch or a warlock that was trying to do witchcraft on you and it wasn't working on you because you guys can't be controlled. And when they can't control you, they go do witchcraft on other weak people. And people be believing these lies. It'd be crazy. Like, people could just say any weird thing about you and people are gonna believe it. You can literally be the person that's not talking to anybody. You probably just stay at the house. You don't really like converse with anybody. If someone does a smear campaign, they can literally say like, they walked up to me, they punched me, they did that, they're evil. And now you got like 4 or 5 people that's like coming at you like crazy. But also check this out too, like a smear campaign, you can alchemize it for your better good because when you go through a smear campaign, you're actually able to see who's for you and who's not for you. Because in that smear campaign, you might think that it's like people getting manipulated. And some people are, don't get it wrong. But some people in that smear campaign was always against you. Remember, the world is a stage. A lot of people be around you. They don't even like you, which is pretty crazy to say that. Once again, we are logical people. We be thinking if I am around somebody, I like you. We are cool. We are friends. It's crazy to believe that some people don't like you, but they still want access to you, and they're actively preying on your downfall. So when that smear campaign happens, they start popping the champagne. They start popping the fireworks. Finally, always hated that person. And you're like, whoa, where is this coming from? This is when you were like a little bit more inexperienced. Now you can see these things from a mile away. Remember, if you guys can see through all these things, that means you went through like the craziest things. Because if you try to say this stuff to other people that's still within the matrix, they'll think you're crazy for even like talking about this stuff. You probably have that one friend right now. You can't tell them, hey, I went through a smear campaign because they were jealous. This person never liked me and now they're turning on me. When you guys try to explain your discernment out loud, you can even hear how crazy it sounds. It is a lonely experience because your discernment is for you and you only. Not many people are going to see what you're seeing. A lot of you guys be thinking you're crazy until you get online and see someone talking about your exact experience. And then you be like, oh, I'm not crazy. But you try to explain this stuff to regular people, they're going to call you conceited. They're going to say, you think you're better than me? Who do you think you are? Some people, they're just happy to like join a smear campaign because humans don't like not humans don't like not being a part of something or being excluded. You guys was like jumped into being awakened and now you guys have no issue being by yourself. And that's why it's very hard to control you. A lot of people can't be by themselves. And I do want to say that's a crazy thing, but I remember when I was unawakened, I needed people's validation. I needed people like to be around me because I didn't love myself. I couldn't be by myself. Like my thoughts was like always like, as soon as I got by myself, I'm like, this is uncomfortable. A lot of us have to go through that isolation season. That was like one of the worst things we had to go through. Being an extroverted person that goes like from being around everybody to going through an isolation season and being by yourself, that doesn't get talked about enough. Every day you waking up, you're thinking, was that a dream? Did they really do that? I want to go back. Sometimes you be thinking like the loneliness is so bad, you want to go back to old toxic people. That narcissist that traumatized you, that loneliness be so bad, you be like, was it really that bad? Like, was it really that bad? I could forgive them, this and that. Then God is like really fighting with you. Like you have that relationship with God. God's looking at you like, are you being serious right now? All I did to pull you away and you're thinking about going back. But then you stay around people, you stay away long enough, you be in your isolation season, and you don't notice it, but you're getting stronger every single day. Yeah, you're complaining. You're like, this is horrible. Why am I by myself? Why am I the only one thinking like this? But every day you was adding to your isolation season, you was getting more powerful, more powerful, more powerful. And you didn't even notice a switch happen because eventually when that switch came on, now you love being by yourself. And it's crazy. It's like a night and day difference. If you went back like 10 years or whenever you were unawakened and you told your past self, I love being by myself, they'll probably look at you like you're crazy. They'll be like, tell me about the future. Like, am I still friends with this person? Is everyone still together? You start laughing at that person. You're like, oh, you got no idea. But that's an amazing thing to go through because now you guys actually like, and you're not even just saying it. Some people say it to like look cool. Some people say it to get like cool points. You guys truly love being by yourself to the point where if people try to exclude you, you're like, thank you. Thank you for showing me who you are. I barely give people chances as it is. Thank you for not making me waste my time for like another month or so. And you guys go back into like your hermit mode. You guys are just like traveling the world, just being by yourself in your thoughts and just having a time of your life. Because when you was giving people chances and you didn't know what was going on and you were surrounded by narcissists, that literally almost took you off the face of the planet. Rise of the Hero, appreciate it. A religious cult tried to recruit me in college. A lot of people getting recruited by cults and not even knowing it. But yeah, once you're able to love your isolation, that's how you know like you hit another level. Because as soon as someone starts trying to manipulate you, these warlocks get frustrated off of you guys because they don't know what else to throw at you. Because how can you manipulate somebody that doesn't really tolerate that stuff and that loves to be by themselves? As soon as you guys notice the BS, you guys dip immediately. And once again, you guys have a duality about you because how you guys look, people don't expect you to cut them off. People look at you smiling, having a good time. They're like, they look at you from like a distance. Like, I can manipulate this person. I can take them out. And they think that no matter what they do to you, you're not gonna cut them off. And then you guys be like freaking people out because like as soon as they start doing the BS, you guys turn into like another version because people think you don't have your shadow side when in reality you have your shadow self. You just learn how to integrate it in a positive way. Law of duality. I am a kind person. I am a good person. But if you start doing that demonic stuff, I know how to protect myself accordingly. You guys probably have like a you guys probably have a narcissist out there right now thinking like, are they gonna come back? What did they really leave? Sometimes people gotta figure it out the hard way. A lot of you guys are like walking lessons to like a lot of people. You don't like doing it, hey, but someone gotta do it to be honest. Because remember, you guys weren't put here to really make friends and really be in the mix. You guys were put here to make the world a better place. And one way you be doing that is showing a narc that, hey, look, I'm not the one to play with. Because these narcs start getting very egotistical. They start thinking that they're gods of this world, of this reality. Warlocks read one manipulation book and they think that they're master manipulators. And now they think they can control everybody because they're surrounded by naive people. Once you were once naive, but once you were blind, now you see. Because as they're like manipulating other people, you come into their life and it's like you're like the final boss. You don't let them get away with the stuff so well that by the end of it, they're calling you the narcissist. If you guys got the narcissist calling you a narcissist, you guys really like beat that person at their own game. And it's not even like you did something to them. All you did was not let them manipulate you. People hate when you won't let them be weird in peace, and that's the crazy thing. How dare you? This life is like a movie. It's like a TV show. Like a lot of these people we encounter like Scooby Doo villains. Remember, the world is a stage. People are out there wearing masks. The most well-loved person, like you be like walking into rooms, people be like gassing this person up. They be telling you like that's the person's amazing. They're this and that. And you be looking at them like, because you guys can read energy, everyone be seeing this charming individual, this handsome, pretty individual. And you're looking at them like, yo, that's a very demonic person. Like, what you guys don't see what I'm seeing? And then those people, they don't like that you're the only one that sees them. And when you expose them, you end up having someone that's probably going to be obsessed with you for a very long time, if for life, because you're that one person that was finally able to take them down and put them in their place. And once again, you guys aren't doing anything like aggressive. When I say this stuff, it sounds like you're going like, yo, let's battle this and that. All you're doing is ignoring people, cutting them off, not letting them manipulate you. And those people go crazy if they can't manipulate you. Some people you don't allow them to get away with what they wanted to do to you. And now because they can't let you go, now they gotta like stalk you for like probably like the rest of your life. Some of you guys probably have cyber stalkers right now, people stalking you because you were that one that got away. You were that one that didn't allow them to do what they did. And once again, that's how you know you were never the issue like in these situations because you walked away peacefully. You didn't kick, you didn't scream. You just saw them for who they were and you're like, "Oh, you're a demon." You guys got so good at like walking away from people too. Like they look, once again, they don't expect it. You guys walk away from people so well that they now stalk you for life because they want that final showdown with you or something like that. And you be thinking like, you're not here to fight people. You're not here for the drama. You just want peace, honestly. But they still want that final showdown with you, and now they're stalking you and all these different things. And once again, guys, if you guys have made it to this part of the journey, you guys can see now how weird people can be. You can't really talk about this stuff to other people because they'll think like you're overthinking or it's not really that deep. Oh, it's that deep. These people are weird. Call it what it is. Some of these people are out here pretending to be you, and it's like making you in the situation. And at that point, like you guys be watching people crash out from a distance, and everything they do, you still don't like really give them that attention, and they get crazier and crazier. And you're like, are these people really roaming the planet? And then you start thinking, like, how did you survive this long not knowing the things that you know? But then you realize that you almost did get taken out. And to get this knowledge, you actually had to go through the worst of the worst. But it's crazy that other people truly don't be seeing these things. They'll pretend to be you, they'll be in secret competition with you. And then a lot of you guys don't even know people be in secret competitions with you because you don't think that way. It's very hard to put yourself in other people's shoes because you don't perceive reality the same way. And the only reason you guys be knowing you're in secret competition is because when you beat them in the secret competition, they start tripping out. If you guys have had that happen, drop ones in the chat. You guys be in secret competitions with people, with narcs. You be helping them out too. You be giving them advice like, that was amazing, da 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 da. You're like the only one supporting them. Then, like 2 months later, when they find out they can't beat you because you guys are indeed built different, they turn into another enemy. This path is very confusing at times because you could just be chilling. You wake up one day, you got five, boom, five enemies. Wake up the next day, boom, two enemies. People just don't like you out of nowhere. And then the secret competition thing, remember, these demons move out of ego. So if they feel like you beat them in a competition you didn't even know you were a part of, they're gonna say you cheated. And then you're like, cheated in what? That's what you guys really can't pay attention to what these people be saying. It's when you guys try to rationalize with these people and you guys try to empathize, that's when you're gonna drive yourself insane of like, what is going on? When you see this stuff start to happen, you just gotta disconnect immediately because all of that stuff is gonna drain you, and that's exactly what they want. In spiritual warfare, they want to get in your head, they want to make you overthink, they want to make you think like what's going on? If someone is causing confusion in your life, that's a big sign right there that you're dealing with a demon. A healthy person is not going to have you guys confused. If you guys are like going home and that's like on your mind and you're really trying to think about the situation, that is a demon. Everyone in the chat, don't overcomplicate these things. You guys have the knowledge, you guys watch the videos, you guys have went within. You guys got to start trusting yourselves. Like I feel like every time you see another wild narc another narc in the wild, you're like, there's just no way. There's no way. I just met one. We're surrounded by these people. It's actually more rare if you meet a genuine one. You got to think guilty until proven innocent. You guys got to learn how to vet people out, to be honest. Especially like when you keep working on yourself, you keep raising your vibration, you keep raising your frequency. The more you do it, the more you become a target. The more you do it, the more you have people studying you from a distance, trying to figure out exactly how they can figure you out so they can try to ruin your life. You guys be in your own world, not really worried about anybody, thinking to yourself. You got to start paying attention. A lot of people are watching you from a distance and they want your energy. Once again, we're outnumbered. A lot of people don't vibrate as high as you guys. Your energy is a gold mine, and people are going to do whatever they can to get said energy. Don't underestimate how far a demon is willing to go to take your energy. They will do some very weird things, as you guys have experienced. One thing you're going to get a lot on this journey is people trying to humble you. It's going to be very annoying. You're going to be thinking you're having like a normal conversation. Immediately start getting humbled. You're like, where did this even come from? If that's happened to you guys, drop ones in the chat. You can't rest for 1 minute. You're like, you let your guard down for 1 second, getting humbled. People ignoring you on purpose, saying your name wrong on purpose, poking your buttons. You're like, what is going on right now? You guys got a very intimidating aura about you. Your frequency gets to a certain level. You hit the celebrity aura where you can't give access to everybody. Giving access to the wrong person for too long can literally make them start spazzing out. People that put you on a pedestal in the beginning, it's going to be the same people that's going to drop kick you off that pedestal. People that put me on a pedestal in the beginning, I'm like, please get me off of there ASAP. Please don't. Hey, I'm just a regular person. Stop doing that. People that think that you're better than them in their mind, that sounds like a good thing on paper. Like, oh, they think I'm better than them. Oh, they're gonna treat me like better. Da da da. This and that. People that like think you're better than them in their mind, they're gonna do their best to pull you down to their level because they don't want to do the work to get up at the level that they think that you're at. Because ultimately, too, you guys don't even be thinking like this. You guys don't even think that you're better than anybody, but other people are truly thinking that like you're something. They put you on that pedestal and they try to like humble you in like the craziest ways. Some of you guys date these people and end up in like one of like the worst relationships because once again, these people are very convincing. You know how exhausting it is to be in a relationship with someone that's like jealous of you, someone that's trying to humble you. You'll be confused too because once again, you guys are genuine. You take everything at face value. You're like, if you like me, I like you. We get married. We ride off into the sunset. Some people aren't looking at it like that. Some people are out there like, yo, I'm jealous of this person. I'm going to try to get into a relationship with them so I can try to ruin your life. The signs will be there. As soon as that honeymoon phase is over, the signs will be there. There's no reason your relationship partner should be trying to humble you. That's very weird behavior. Negging you, trying to humble you, trying to like withhold affection so you chase, that's very weird. And if you guys are in a relationship dynamic right now, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if you're experiencing that right now, me myself, I would walk away. But that humbling is something you guys are going to encounter a lot on this journey. The biggest misconception about narcissists is that they love themselves a lot because of how egotistical they are, when it's actually quite the opposite. These narcs don't love themselves. They're actually very insecure. And because they're insecure, they're going to try to make you feel insecure basically out of projection. When you get to a certain frequency, you become a mirror to a lot of people. And that's why it's hard for you guys to be around a lot of individuals. Because if people don't know themselves, if people are battling their demons, they start putting all that stuff on you. And it be coming out of nowhere. Like you just be having a normal conversation. Then immediately they're like, you think you're better than us? You're like, yo, what is going on? You're like, I never said that. But once again, it's a reflection. So when people say that, they're just letting you know what they're battling on the inside. You don't think you're better than other people. They think it, and they don't want you to get like egotistical when they're the egotistical. It's all projection. Like it's very weird. If people start throwing some crazy accusations at you, they're literally just like snitching on themselves. You guys start going down all these different rabbit holes. No one can really hide from you guys. You guys start getting a PhD in narcissism. Your discernment starts to get very strong. You start to get a very good grasp on psychology. You start seeing through people like very easily. And that's like another reason like you'll freak out people because we're in a Truman show. So they'll do something to you and expect a reaction. But because your mind is so elevated from this matrix and you don't react the way they think you're going to react, they'll start freaking out. They'll say something to you. They're like, you're ugly. You don't know what you're talking about. And then you just don't react. And then in your head, you be thinking like, oh, they're probably battling like some self-image issue. They probably went through something like when they were younger. And then like you don't really register it as like the like letting it drain your energy. And they start getting freaked out. They're like thinking to themselves, like, why didn't that work? Because once again, when you ignore people, that's a return to sender. When people try to invoke a reaction out of you and you don't react the way they want you to, now they gotta feel it. And sometimes people like they can't they can't accept feeling like that at all. So they'll keep trying to get that same reaction out of you. And they're gonna keep making themselves feel bad until they end up getting depressed. There's some people in this reality you're not supposed to mess with. And once again, God be giving these people warnings before they start trying you. Some people out there start doing like a humiliation ritual on you. Because remember, narcs, they gotta like try to drain your energy in some type of way. Humiliation rituals is something they'll do a lot. People trying to embarrass you in front of other people, that's like very weird behavior. When you guys were younger, that stuff they get you because you didn't know what was going on. You guys was born in families where they were doing humiliation. You guys started young. This is like very like elementary tactics they be doing. If you guys survived like your family bullying you, like what can these people really do to you? You was like a 7, 8 year old battling like 30-year-olds. Like what is going on? So when you get older and now like someone is like trying to like do some like weird like little like you're ugly or like trying to joke on you and you just stay blank faced, like you passed this test already. And while they're thinking you're like a part of the dynamic, you're thinking in your head like, yo, I passed this already. And then you be proud because you're like, I've come a long way. And while you're thinking all of that, they be thinking like, why didn't they react? And then once again, people project themselves onto you. So people that do things to you and you don't react, people think that you're out there planning your revenge when you're really not thinking about anybody. Right now, at this point in time, there's someone out there that's thinking that like you're out there trying to expose them. You're planning some revenge. They're having a hard time falling asleep. They're trying to think, why didn't you react? They don't got your character background or like your character analysis. So they don't know like why you're the way that you are. But if they saw, they probably would have left you alone. Like me, for example, if I was able to read your mind and see that all that childhood trauma you had, all the narcs you battled, all the battles you overcame, I would leave you alone. I'm like, this is not a person I want to mess with. But once again, you guys don't look like what you went through. A lot of people, if you look at them, they look like they're trauma, like they look depressed, they look sad, they don't talk. You guys went through the worst of the worst, but you're still out there smiling and being happy and stuff like that. Sometimes you guys be going through like the worst of the worst, and you're still trying to make sure other people are good. If you guys got that type of personality, drop ones in the chat. You be in the worst financial situation of your life. You be going through stuff behind the scenes, and you still be showing up for people because you're like, it just is. It is what it is. And people aren't used to that, so they just assume that if you're smiling, they think they're doing God's work by trying to humble you. When you've been humbled already, God made sure they did that to you. You guys already had your battle with the narcs, getting jumped by everybody, losing everything in the process, thinking, why did I get betrayed? And like you hit rock bottom like multiple times. Now you're like, they could try to humble you. It's not gonna work. God humbled you guys so much that you now don't really seek external validation. It's like weird. The old you was like, I need people to be proud of me. I need them to see me. Now when the people closest to you abandon you like that, now you just need yourself, to be honest. And if anyone disrupts your peace, you're quick to cut them off. They're gonna be surprised because they don't expect it. But hey, people gotta figure these things out. What's that expression? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. A lot of people that come across you, they gotta figure that out the hard way. But like I said, guys, this is a reason a lot of your people from your past no longer want to be around you because they know you see them for who they are. And you guys also have an elephant memory. Some people would think that like time erased what they did, but you guys honestly remember every single thing that they did. You guys remember the details, the facial expressions, the exact situation where they didn't show up. And you guys are holding these people accountable. Because if anyone wants to try to come back around you, you want that conversation. Like, are we going to talk about this? Or because people, now that they see that you're back up, that you're back in good spirits, people are going to want to come back around you. Because remember, that destiny swapping is a real thing. People want to ride your frequency. They see now you're back up. And you going through that experience, you were able to see just how fake people can really be. It was like a switch. It's like a switch. They were rocking with you because you was providing something. You hit your rock bottom, everyone disappeared. Then you came back up, and now everyone's like, yo, what's up? You remember me? Yay, nah, there was nothing. We're good. Come on now. You guys are genuine beings. It's not that hard to be in your life. You just ask people to be normal, but apparently a lot of people can't do that. In this reality where 90% of people are playing games, asking people to be normal is for some reason that's asking too much of people. And that's why you guys choose to stay to yourself. People are gonna look at you like, why aren't you dating? Why don't you have a lot of friends? This and that. People are weird. But you guys have practiced radical acceptance. You're not out here like, everyone's like, you just accept it. Sometimes you will peek your head out there and be like, okay, like, is it getting better? Can I be friends with somebody? Can I date? And you get reminded immediately like why that's a bad idea. Every time you think it's gonna be different, it always get the same pattern starts to happen, and you're like, no, not again. Not again. And you guys don't even be giving people a lot of chances. So you be thinking to yourself, like, please be normal. I don't really be doing this. Hey, Levi, appreciate it. And that's why sometimes you guys will stay a little bit longer because you're trying to give people a chance to get right. But once again, your energy just brings the weirdness out of people and they can't even help but do it. They don't even know they're doing it in the moment and you're watching them spaz out and self-sabotage. You guys are like earth angels sent to like heal people, to be a good light in their life. But because these people are traumatized, these narcs don't think they're deserving of happiness. So they'll do things to like get you to treat them how they feel about themselves. And when you start seeing that, it's time to dip. It's time to get out of there. Narcs don't like you being like genuine and kind. They can't take it. They start spazzing out. That's why some of these people too, like you guys got to be careful of giving your positive energy. Some people can't handle it at all. For example, some people, if you're dealing with a very traumatized individual, if you're dealing with a narc, you guys are like Care Bears out here. You guys just are thinking like everyone is good. Someone does something for you, you're like, oh wow, I want to show this person my appreciation. And you give them a gift. We're in a very demonic world. You can give a gift to somebody out there that's going to make them want to target you. And I know that sounds crazy, but in this reality, up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left. It's backwards out there, guys. Someone you give a gift to is probably going to be like, I'm not deserving of this. They're going to start attacking you. They're going to start doing like weird things to you. And you're like, yo, this is like crazy. And it just doesn't go with gifts. For a lot of people in this reality, the more mean you are, the more they will respect you. And that's a crazy thing to say. The more narcissistic you are, the more ruthless you are, the more those people like will respect you. But then it's backwards. If you guys go out there and you be your authentic self, if you go out there and smile like, hey, how you doing? You'll get obliterated. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, if you guys are positive, you guys experience this at your 9 to 5s. You go in your 9 to 5s, like, hey guys, my name is. Now they're like, we're about to destroy this person because who do you think you are? Why are you happy right now? What is there to be happy about? There's some people out there where they see you going through it, they get happy. They see you happy, they get mad. Those are the people you gotta stay away from. And it's sad to say that's like a majority of people out there. And for a lot of you guys, that be your family members. A lot of your guys' parents had you out of a matrix obligation. A lot of your guys' family members are only in your life because of a matrix obligation. But if you took off the title, would those people really like you? Would your parents still like you as a person if you weren't their child? Would your siblings still like you if you weren't their like sibling? And then those same people, like they be seeing things about you, but they gotta pretend because of the matrix. But you can read their energy. Some of you guys, your parents be in competition with you because they're battling their own demons, their own narcissistic demons. If you guys have experienced that, drop ones in the chat. And that family matrix spell is a very hard thing to break out of because the matrix will tell you no matter how narcissistic your family is, no matter how selfish they are, you got to forgive them. And that's something a lot of you guys got to break out of. And I'm not saying that's for everybody, but for a lot of us black sheeps, a lot of us scapegoats, you guys are choosing to be in a toxic situation because the matrix tells you you need to. A lot of you guys are born in karmic families. You guys got a soul family out there, but you can't manifest them or God can't give them to you because you're like, no, my dad or mom that is traumatizing me. I need to be with them. Hey, some people are just done growing. That doesn't mean that you're going to stop loving them, but some people you got to love them from a distance for your own safety. And I'm not saying don't forgive anybody, but also understand that forgiveness is not for you. Opposite. It's not for them, it's for you. And forgiveness will set you free. So whatever your guys' parents did to you, no matter how narcissistic they are, I'm not saying forgive them by tonight. It's going to be not that short of a process, but forgive them. It's going to make you guys feel a whole lot better. But like I said, guys, we are surrounded by these people. Don't be thinking that just because you have discernment as well, that you're going to be able to be safe and be untouchable. These demons know how to manipulate. They know how to get, like, how they be studying you. They know exactly what to say to be able to trick you. And because of that, the Matrix will send you like a lot of like honey traps. The Matrix will send you guys a lot of succubus, incubus, because sometimes the Matrix be looking at you guys and you guys be learning, your discernment be strong. But a lot of you guys be thinking to yourself that you're lonely and that you want somebody, and the Matrix uses that weakness against you. How many of you guys know what honey traps are? Drop ones in the chat. Once again, you guys got to be careful. Understand that like everyone you get into a relationship dynamic with is not who they seem. Some of these demons will come across you, pretend to be in a love you, and then being in a relationship with the wrong person can literally throw you off like for a very long time. A lot of these demons will come around you to try to do like Smex magic on you, to try to destiny swap. And once again, you guys could be on your journey, you guys could be on point, but as soon as that person comes around you, that is like the perfect type. They're saying all the right things. They're love bombing you. Then you drop your guard and now you're kind of like taken back like another year or so. Or people in the chat, like, how long was your narcissistic relationship? Look at the answers in the chat and see just how long a honey trap can set you back. 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 3 years. Once again, these people, me myself, I be thinking it's exhausting to to hold a mask, but these demons can pretend for a very long time. Know that honey traps are what the Matrix sends you when they know they can't get you any type of way, and they drain you by taking your sexual energy. And that's why on this journey, guys, I'm gonna say celibacy is one of like the strongest things you can do to protect yourself. Michelle, appreciate the roses. How many of you guys know what SMEC stands for? What does SMEC stand for, guys? Nessa, appreciate the follow. So SMEC stands for Sacred Energy Exchange. Understand that when you're having SMECs with somebody, it's not as surface level as people make it out to be. When you have SMECs with somebody, you guys are pretty much, if you are with someone that is of a lower vibration, you are giving that person your energy. And that's how these demons seek you out. Because in this spiritual warfare, they want your energy. So you will have a demon come around you. You will be in a good part of your life. You will have a good job. Family relationships will be cool. You will be making a good amount of money. But then you have smecks with the wrong person, and now things start to go downhill. Having smecks with someone that's on a similar frequency, that's not an issue. But if you attract a succubus or an incubus and you continuously have smecks with that person is going to destiny swap with you. And a way to know if someone is doing this is pay attention to how your life was before this individual came into your life. Was your life good? Is it starting to go downhill? Because as your life is getting worse, it's going downhill, their life is getting better and better and better. And you won't know until you lose everything. And these demons, they love you on a conditional basis. In the 3D, it might not look like you're giving anything, but they're taking the most important thing from you, and that's your energy. And the thing about these demons is once they take all that energy from you, at the very end, when you don't have anything left to give, do you think that these demons are going to be like, oh, you know what? I don't want to leave them with just anything. I'm going to give them some energy back. I'm going to give them some energy back. What do you guys think? You said exactly what I was thinking right here. I got to pin that. These demons will discard you so fast. They'll discard you so fast, it's going to trip you out. Because how they get you with witchcraft. And a lot of these demons get you with love bombing. They be telling you, I love you. I'll never leave you. You're the one for me. They take your energy. They leave you so fast. You got nothing to really protect yourself. So then you be like a shell of your former self. That's why I be saying you guys got to vet people out. Your energy is something that's like very sacred in this reality. So if you're out there just giving it to anybody, that's going to put you in a very bad position. Because remember what I said, energy, frequency, your thoughts, that's what creates your reality. Before that demon came into your life, you were on top of things. Like everything was going well. You were on top of your good habits, money was coming in, you had no worries. Then that person came in, you gave them that energy. Now you're no longer going to the gym. Now you're no longer keeping up with things. You probably get fired from your job. And then that person, now they're getting a promotion, their money's going up. And as soon as that dynamic switches, that person's going to leave you like right there. Remember, mask, it's a mask. As we said, when these masks comes off of people, it's the most surreal thing because they pretend very well. You can have discernment, you can have all of this knowledge, but if you don't pay attention, you can they can still trick you. Don't think that people aren't studying you from a distance. People are watching you. Sometimes before someone meets you, they study what you like, your passions, your values, because this one witchcraft spell that people do, is called mirroring. And what they're going to do is they're going to mirror you subconsciously. You're going to feel safe. You're going to think to yourself, oh, this person gets me. So finally, someone that's like me. And then at that point, you throw discernment out the window. And then if you do have sex with that person, now you're really not discerning what's going on. Because what these demons are trying to do is to get you in a soul tie as soon as possible. Soul ties is not a bad thing, but if you're in a soul tie with the wrong person, that's horrible. Being in a soul tie with a succubus, an incubus, and a warlock is horrible because they're able to manipulate you, drain you, and it's not that easy to leave. People around you is going to see what's going on, probably. They might tell you, I don't think you should be with that person. But at that point, you're under that witchcraft spell. And then you start tripping on other people like, you're jealous. What are you talking about? Sometimes you know you got to leave, but you can't even leave because the soul tie is that deep. These people isolate you from your family. They do things to keep you in a state of constantly giving them that energy. And anyone that could potentially wake you up, they don't want you around those people. Watch out for honey traps, guys. A lot of them come in the form of people that want you first. People that you probably have some of these honey traps come your way. You wasn't even looking for a relationship. But as soon as they got around you, they start that witchcraft immediately. You wasn't even looking for a relationship. So why are you so drawn to this person? Why are you so hooked on them? Why are you so broken? A lot of avoidance will do that as well. Avoidance, they get around you, they really want you. You're like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. The last person I was with was a narcissist. I'm not trying to date. I'm doing my self-love. I'm good. But they keep pushing, and you're like, yo, I'm good. But then eventually they're like you're around that person long enough, you're talking to them, and you're thinking to yourself, like, you're like, you know what? Maybe I will give them a chance. That's that witchcraft working on you. Because as soon as you give them a chance, as soon as like you get into that soul tie with that person, they're gonna break you immediately. Because these demons, they don't want connection. They don't want you, they don't love you as your actual self. Yes, they like your presence, but they don't like who you truly are as an individual. And a lot of you guys have felt that because how you guys think, there's very rarely people out there that can like really vibe with you on that level. A lot of people just get with you for some type of egotistical reason. Some people, like I said, guys, you guys think genuine. You guys know love exists because you are an embodiment of it. A lot of people aren't thinking like that. A lot of people are traumatized out there. And because they're traumatized, they want to get you for some twisted reason. And these reasons can vary. Some people literally want to get you because they think that no one can get you and they want to be the one to be like, well, I did it. And then they'll discard you after that. Some people, their demon is so deep, they just want to get with you to humble you, to break you. But then you be confused. You're like, I thought you loved me. I thought I got da, da, da. Whole time they're just there to like use you, break you, and then on to the next. Now, some of you guys have been asking me, is this reversible? Of course it's reversible. Everyone in the chat, if someone is doing this to you, someone trying to have sex with you, destiny swapping, soul ties, what's a way to reverse that process, guys? Drop it in the chat. And if you're currently in a situation like this right now, we will help you out. We're the collective. We got you. We're not going to leave you guys out there high and dry. Someone said fast, pray, clean, meditation, ignore them, no contact. So you see, you guys, we're all on the same page. The ones that's responding are the ones that are like advanced, the ones that have like went through it. I know there's some people in here right now that's like going through it and they're thinking to themselves, like, it's not that easy. I understand you. I was there. The people in the chat was there. But trust, if you go on a long fast, you'll get the strength and you'll get the clarity to be able to walk away from that person. And you don't have to overcomplicate it. Any of you guys in a soul tie right now with a succubus, incubus, no contact. Like that, literally, that's just it. Go no contact and stay no contact. This new generation, you guys' no contact is a little bit weird. You guys are like, go no contact, check their page tomorrow, hit them up the third day, start it over. Look, if you go no contact and you stay no contact, it's going to be hard in the beginning. And depending on how long you were with the person, that's how long it's going to take to break that soul tie. But trust, time heals all wounds. And it also depends what you're doing during no contact. During no contact, are you in your bed crying, eating unhealthy foods, still thinking about them? That's going to make the process a little bit longer. But if you're no contact and you're in the gym, you're meditating, you're out in nature, that's going to make the process a whole lot easier. All you got to do is call your power back. That's all there is to it. And I did say I'm going to help you guys out. Like I said, one way to call your power back, understand that words are spells. So right now, if you have someone that is pulling on your energy, this just doesn't have to be like you're in a soul tie with a succubus or an incubus. If you guys got someone right now that is poking at you, that is doing reactive abuse, that is trying to manipulate you, all you gotta do is say, I call my power back. So everyone in the chat right now, write, I call my power back. Write, I call my power back. But don't just write it, say it out loud. Feel the emotion and trust that by you doing that, that is one way to start the process of allowing that soul tie or energetic cord to be severed. And as soon as you type it, you're going to feel it as well. All these demons that do the things that they do to you guys, they're manipulating you to not make you know that you're powerful. It's your energy that they are stealing, but you have to give it to them. Some of you guys be feeling dependent on these people until you walk away from them. And then you realize that, oh, wow, I never needed them to begin with. You had that strength in you all along. And when you walk away and you truly go no contact with people, you will start feeling it. And you will start looking at that person that had you tripping that whole time and thinking to yourself, what did you ever see in that person? Some of you guys dated people, you're like, yo, like, what was I tripping? Like, what was going on? Thinking they don't even look like your type. Some people you leave them, they start looking like, yo, okay, that cannot be the same person. But that's because you guys was under a witchcraft spell. These people be love bombing you guys, be getting you guys in your thoughts and your feelings, and you be seeing a version of somebody that isn't even there. And that's why when that mask drops, you be so confused because you're like, this isn't the person I felt in love with. But that mask falling off was actually who they were from the very jump. You fell in love with an illusion. And for a lot of times, you guys be falling in love with basically a version, like a watered down version of yourself because they just mirrored back who you were as a person. Because they knew that once they met you, if they gave you their real personality, you never would have liked them. That's why they had to keep pretending and doing all these mind tricks and stuff like that. And when you walk away, that person can finally get their karma. Because remember what I said in the beginning, you guys are divinely protected. Some of you guys ask sometimes, why don't these people ever get their karma? There's two reasons for that. One, because you guys be forgiving people, staying around them longer than you should. And two, trust that a lot of people don't show you when they get their karma. The world is a stage, guys. If you guys are on social media, everyone is showing their highlight reels. Trust that if anyone came up against you, if someone came up against you and you had nothing but authentic intentions for that person, Trust that they get their karma. Some of you guys are at a rank where you can like see it happen to them. Some of you guys probably just aren't paying attention. But also, if you can truly read energy, you will be able to see that, like, yo, this person's like really going through it right now. But they're not going to show you that. You'll see people trying to smile through the pain. You probably go through a breakup with somebody and they start posting immediately. Oh, I'm on vacation. I'm happy, this and that. You have discernment. You start seeing through that stuff immediately. Someone sent me $5 on my YouTube. I couldn't see who sent it. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. But yeah, people always be trying to put up a facade, and you guys are able to see through it because once again, karma, no one is exempt from getting that. And when you guys finally walk away from people and they start to get their karma, it's always the same thing that they're gonna try to get back into your life. And it never fails. If you were the one giving that person energy, if you were the one supplying them, once you walk away from them and they start getting their karma, they're gonna try to come back into your life. And God uses that as a test because God is trying to see, are you gonna go back or did you learn your lesson and you're gonna stay away? Some of you guys failed that test. A lot of us, we passed it. And that's why we're on the other side. Because once again, we're in a Truman Show, we're in a Matrix. They're all doing the same thing. They'll try to come back into your life with more lies, more illusions. And now that you can see through somebody, you be thinking to yourself, like, yo, this is weird. Like, I see who you are. I know. So why are you acting this way? People always want to do that stuff, like the act overly nice technique. They try to come back. They try to be overly nice. You're like, yo, this is weird. But you see them for the demon that they are. So, like, it's like you see a demon with horns coming your way, trying to like fake laugh and do like these nice things. And you're like, yo, get away from me. Because these demons, they don't learn any new tactics. They all just pretty much do the same thing. And then for a lot of you guys, when you guys go through these situations and that you pass that test, that's going to be the way you guys are going to go to your next timeline. And that's how you guys have been quantum jumping this whole time because you guys are able to walk away from people that are gatekeepers to your next reality. Remember, this life is like a video game. Some people you got to meet because you signed up for it. But once you've learned a lesson and it's time to move on, they're going to play a gatekeeper. They're trying to stop you from getting to that next chapter. Because once you get to that next chapter, you're going to start getting some abundance. You're going to start getting more money, more followers if you're doing social media, a better job. That's one thing, guys. When these demons be destiny swapping with you guys and you guys call your power back, you're going to get everything back like times 10 or times 20. When I was growing up, like I grew up religious. They would talk about these stories in the Bible. I wasn't paying attention, but you guys are literally living biblical stories. Like it's insane. The book of Job, you guys be dealing with that stuff. These demons come to take everything that you have. But when people say those things, people take it at like face value. So we say demons come to take what you got. People assume that they come to rob you or something. When in reality, Samson and Delilah, it's just someone that comes into your life. They play a character, they drain you of your energy, and you end up losing everything. A lot of you guys hit your rock bottom because you were dealing with people you weren't supposed to be dealing with. And it's sad to say, a lot of you guys, these were your family members, these were your friends. You kept forgiving them. You kept overextending yourself when you weren't supposed to, giving your energy that wasn't being reciprocated. And because you gave too much energy, you end up losing everything. Energy is everything, guys. If your life is not going well, you got to get your energy up. This matrix has people brainwashed into thinking if you don't have the desired reality, you got to work harder. Working hard is like one half of the equation. Your energy is the second half. These demons come and take a majority of your energy. Your life will just start going crazy. Smex magic is a real thing. Having Smex with the wrong demon for too long, that can ultimately really mess up your life. The Bible be saying, like, don't have Smex until you get married. Growing up, I was always thinking, like, that's very prude. Like, why would I wait? Like, that's crazy. And then you understand that they put that rule in the Bible to protect yourself. Like, you thought it was just like a righteous thing to do. But ultimately, if you're out here in the hookup culture and you're constantly just like having sex with people, that's gonna ruin your life. Lust has taken out some of like the most disciplined people in this reality. That's why you guys got to study history. If you guys look at some people's downfall, it's lust. But once again, I'm not even against Smex. I'm against Smex with the wrong people. Because if you do find your person out there, someone that truly wants the best for you, and you guys have a relationship, you guys like having Smex, that's going to be amazing. Because you guys are sharing energy. You're not having someone that's like constantly draining you. The only thing is, though, you guys have never really met people that reciprocate the energy. You guys vibrate so high, you've only met supervillains, which is crazy because some people they can date, they get married when they're young. They don't have these lessons that you have. They don't even think narcissists exist. You start bringing up succubus, they're like, "Yo, you're crazy. What are you talking about?" Because they haven't experienced what you experienced. Because you vibrate so high, you met every single demon in the book. And now you got esoteric knowledge that you never asked for. Stuff will definitely make you strong. You be thinking sometimes, like, why do I got to know about all this stuff? Hey, Brittany, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. You be thinking to yourself, like, why do I got to know about all this stuff? Warlocks, narcissists, avoidance, succubus, incubus. Why do I got to be in a TikTok live at night learning about succubus while other people are just dating casually? And that's because you guys was put here for a higher purpose. And also because you guys can't date like normal people. Other people can be out there having random talking stages, dating around, having a boyfriend or girlfriend every other 3 months. You guys can't do that. And if you guys start trying to do that, you will get corrected immediately. The weirdest thing is going to happen to you. God is going to be like, yo, get back on the path. Get back on the path. Because if you choose to do bad when you know better, God is going to make your punishment a whole lot more severe. And you're going to think in the moment that it's like a bad thing, but ultimately, he's protecting you. Because I don't know if you guys have like looked out there in the dating game. It's the stuff is pretty obvious. It's very bad out there. Everyone in the chat, what would you currently rate the dating game from like a 1 to a 10? 1 to a 10. With 10 being the best, with 1 being horrible. You guys think it's like amazing right now? 1, 2, 2, 0. 0 wasn't on the scale, but okay. What's up, Michelle? 0, negative 100. Yeah, I be loving these spiritual chats. You guys always make me laugh. Negative 10. Some people are smart. Here's like, I don't date. That's because you guys' eyes are open. You see what's going on out there. You guys sometimes be thinking like, why does this have to happen to me? Why am I like singled out? But honestly, you be avoiding a lot of issues because now that your eyes are open, you be seeing your friends and family members put themselves in some of the worst situations ever because they don't know how to be by themselves. Some of it's so bad. There's some people out there, they know they're getting cheated on, but they choose not to address it because they're scared to be by themselves. For you guys, that cannot happen. What do you mean? I know they're cheating, but I'm gonna keep them around. You guys had your isolation season. You guys know what's out there. So you guys are able to walk away from people very easily. A lot of people don't have your ability. So you guys can't really like be as humble as you guys be. Understand that all the things that you went through has made you strong. And now these demons can't really get to you like they did to you in the past. Before you was getting obliterated. Like it took you a minute to learn these lessons because we were brainwashed. We kept thinking like, oh, growing up in the family that you grew up in sets you up for failure. Because if you grew up in a narcissistic household, they're just grooming you to be in relationship with narcissists. You date one person was narcissistic, you thought that was like a one-off experience. You're like, all right, I just got unlucky. This doesn't really happen to like my friends or something like that. I probably just got unlucky. So I'm gonna try again. And then it happens again. You're like, okay, what is going on? Come to find out, your family system kind of like sets you up for this. And now you got to go heal, be the generational curse breaker, and truly try to figure these things out. And now you guys got knowledge that you never asked for. You know things that you never thought you needed to know. Your spirit guides, you thought they were trying to make you Superman with all the lessons you were going through. Because when I said you never dated a normal person, that is not an over exaggeration. You had people do some crazy things to you that you cannot really speak about out loud. Because once again, people are not going to believe you. They're going to think you're over exaggerating when these people almost literally took you out. But now that you have these gifts, now that you can see, now that you like are protecting yourself, you would think that it will be over. But just because you know how to protect yourself in the 3D doesn't mean that these demons are going to give up. Because another way these demons can get your energy is in your sleep. And then you be thinking, like, does this ever stop? Like, what do you mean these demons can attack me in my sleep? You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. These demons can attack you in your sleep, guys. When you go to sleep and you have a dream about you're having sex with somebody, that's a demonic attack right there. Sometimes you guys go to sleep and you wake up even more tired. That was a demonic attack. Some people ask how to protect yourselves. Drop the answers in the chat, guys. Drop the answers in the chat. Drop the answers in the chat. Got prayer. Prayer is going to be a big one. If you're not big at praying, meditating, going within, setting your intention before you go to sleep. My biggest one is fasting, fasting, fasting. Fasting is very underrated, guys, but it's something that is really going to protect yourself in spiritual warfare. Going to sleep in a fasted state will help to not have these dreams, but not only in your dreams, fasting while you're awake is another way to protect yourself during spiritual warfare. When you're in a fasted state, your frequency gets bumped up. You're in a very good mood. Your discernment's on 10. No one can really get under your skin. You're probably always like that. Fasting just takes it to a whole nother level. But the matrix is going to make you think that, oh, you should answer. You should eat 3 meals in a day. Fasting is unhealthy. Matrix lies to you guys about a lot of different things. Don't let that be another lie that you fall for. But it will definitely protect you while you go to sleep. Also, make sure you guys cover your TVs and mirrors in your room before you go to sleep. Mirrors are portals to the spiritual realm. If you guys sleep in a room with a mirror while you're dreaming, they have the chance to come and start messing with you in your sleep. So cover your mirrors while you sleep. Go to sleep in a fasted state. Prayer, if that's your thing, set your intention. All these different ways that you can do. But once you guys actually start mastering this stuff and you guys actually start holding on to your sexual energy, you become a threat to this matrix. And because you're a threat to this matrix, they're going to send every single thing they can at you. But once you have that energy, it's like you remain unbothered by all this stuff. And if you don't believe me, go celibate. A lot of you guys in here, you guys only found me because you are celibate. You guys haven't found me by accident. You guys are on my frequency. So you guys are doing things out there to make yourself be on this frequency. A lot of you guys just tell me like I've been celibate for this long, I've been celibate for this long, and it doesn't surprise me because the longer you stay celibate, your brain is going to start reprogramming, your frequency is going to start going up, and you only know things by being celibate for this long. Frequency is information. So the longer you're celibate, you just start getting downloads. All this information I be talking about, you don't even have to get it from me. All these things I'm saying is just things that you guys already know. But honestly, all the answers are within, guys. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to support me. You guys can literally just start going on fasting, being celibate, and you will literally get the answers at like throughout your day. I do read books, I do watch videos, but a lot of information I get, I'm just piecing it together. God be giving me this information, source, my mind, I just start putting things together. And that's what happened to a lot of you guys when you guys awakened. You guys start awakening, you start questioning things you never questioned before. And that was you guys getting downloads from your higher self. You're like, why do I have to work a 9 to 5? Why is no one else thinking like this? Da, da, da. And you start thinking you're going crazy when that stuff first start happening to you. You're like, where are these thoughts coming from? You're not used to it. But then somewhere along your journey, you started accepting it and you stopped telling yourself that you were crazy. And when you stop telling yourself that you were crazy and you fully start believing yourself, that's when life got a whole lot better for you. Because now you guys don't allow people to like try to bring you down, try to attack your character, let what they say to you affect you. Because I'm gonna let you guys notice right now, you guys have made it. You're on the outside of the matrix, but it's not a peaceful experience while you're on the outside. Once you're on the outside, you get attacked like in many different ways. Hey, TikTok, they said I'm echoing. Real fast before I move forward, am I echoing? All right, for sure. But yeah, like after you awaken, you will definitely deal with people trying to make you feel crazy. And when people do that, they're just Agent Smiths. You're like a virus in the system. You're like that one person that's thinking a little bit differently. And people in the Matrix, they demonize what they don't understand. They attack you without even knowing why they are attacking you. If you guys know what Agent Smiths are, drop ones in the chat. Drop ones in the chat. If you guys saw that movie was basically a documentary. But as you guys awaken and you guys start seeing through this matrix, you start noticing that that's exactly what you were dealing with. Agent Smiths, people that are in a system and they're going to defend that system by any means possible. Hey, Carlos, appreciate it. I'm going to keep it in the flow of the stream, though. And then some of you guys will ask me as well, it's like, well, how do I know who's an NPC? Is it my family members? Is it my friends? Guys, we are outnumbered in this matrix. There's more NPCs, there's more Agent Smiths than there are awakened souls. What percentage of reality do you guys think is awakened? If you guys can say right now, what percentage of reality do you guys think is awakened? Appreciate the heart, man. 3, 15, 5, 2, 10, 5, 0.8, 1, 5, 30. We can all agree that, yeah, we're outnumbered. And because of that, that means a majority of people you come across is someone that is operating within the system. Agent Smiths, they're people that's designed to keep you in the matrix. And a lot of you guys discover these people after you first awakened. Because after you awakened, you thought to yourself that you can tell this information to other people and that they would immediately kind of just fall in line with the things that you were saying. And you saw very fast that that wasn't the case. A lot of people that was in your life for a very long time end up falling out immediately because they immediately went to calling you guys crazy. And Agent Smiths, they are very good at making you doubt yourself and making you feel crazy. Because a lot of you guys, these are people that you've known for a very long time and you trust their opinions and you wanted their validation. So when they started isolating you, when they started making you feel crazy and making you feel like you didn't know what you were talking about, you believed it a little bit. Even though you're finally starting to see the truth for the first time, the things that they were saying, you're like, you know what? Am I crazy? Why am I thinking like this? You know what? I'm gonna stop thinking like this. The only bad thing though, like for them though, is that when we awaken, there's no stopping the process. They could try to make us feel like we're crazy. It's the most they can really do is slow us down. Because if we got to the point where we broke out the matrix, we're naturally curious people and they might convince us in that moment. But then the next day, like we're back doing the research. We're still asking why. And once you start that awakening process, there is no going back. Which tripped me out because when I first awakened, I didn't even know what I was doing. And when I awakened, I said, I want to stop doing this. This is horrible. Because when you break out the matrix, it's not like you guys are on the other side and I break out the matrix and you guys are like, about time, welcome, welcome. Awakening is like one of the loneliest things you can go through. Some people try to make it seem like it's this like skipping through the garden type of experience. It's euphoria, all these different things. I'm not negating the experiences that they had. I'm just saying that's not what I had. My awakening was one of the loneliest things I ever went through. The ego death, the dark night of the soul, not knowing if I'm going crazy, not having people to talk to. I think I'm speaking English, but they can't understand me. I'm like, yo, this is insane. And at the same time, like you don't know what's going on, and you're getting attacked by Agent Smiths at the same time. Attacks were coming all over the place, and you're just like bombarded every single day. Because as soon as you start getting closer to the truth, they start jumping you. And you're like, what is going on? You never thought the trauma could get that deep. It's like as every time it got bad, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And you guys had no support. Because how do you even explain what you're going through? The friend that you had your whole life, how do you go to them? It's like, yo, I broke out the matrix. Everyone's switching up on me. You too. Everyone's crazy. Then they're part of the system too. They'll look at you like you're crazy. And then it took you guys a minute to start getting online. You're like, oh, I'm not crazy. There's other people out there. And then you realize that you were never alone. All those people calling you crazy, that's like an initiation. We all got to go through it. And I said this yesterday, but if you didn't get called crazy on this journey, that will make me look at you sideways. Because what do you mean no one thinks you're crazy? Like now I'm like, are you part of the system too? But we all got to go through it. And that's another way to know that you were never in psychosis. That's a word they're going to put on a lot of you guys. Like, you don't know what you're seeing. Psychosis crazy. If we're in psychosis, why are we all seeing the same thing? Verbatim. Like, it's not like you're over there believing in dragons. I'm over here believing in like some other mythical creature. We're all seeing the same thing. And that should be another reason to validate what you guys are going through. Now, if that was the case, I'm like, yo, we're crazy. Yeah, we need help, definitely. If we were all here just talking about random things, I'm like, yeah, nah. But we made it out. And you guys got to understand that once you make it out, the attacks never stop. You just get stronger to be able to deal with these attacks. Because just like the Matrix, how Neo, they start like I forgot what he asked, but pretty much I think he's asking like how do you stop the bullets? But pretty much they let him know that you don't even have to like do anything. Like the bullets aren't gonna have an effect on you. And that's how it is in real life. Because when you first awaken, all this stuff was affecting you very bad. You guys got to give yourself credit to see how far you actually came. Because remember when you first awakened and someone called you crazy, you were depressed for like months or weeks. You were up late at night, like, why did they call me crazy? Like, I'm not crazy. And you're thinking about that for like a very long time. Now you're at the point of your journey where they call you crazy and you feel bad for them. Now you've like know how to alchemize this stuff. Someone calls you crazy, you get energized. You're like, oh, I'm on the right path. Now you know how to take the hate. You guys are just becoming stronger and stronger and stronger over time. And this is the exact stuff that they were trying to stop from happening because they know what was going to happen if you kept going down that path and getting all this different knowledge and strengthening your discernment. You're going to start to become an issue. And they didn't want that to happen, but they couldn't stop it. You guys have internet. And once again, thank God we got born in a time with internet. For all the people in here that be saying like soul contracts, why did I sign this and that? At least we got born in a time with internet. Because if I had to do this journey without internet, I really think I would have went crazy by now. I would still be out there roaming the earth. Like, is there anyone like me? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Because remember, like you guys are probably running into awakened people out there, but everyone's masking themselves to defend themselves. Because we know what happens if we reveal who we are. We become a target immediately. I meet people now because people come up to me in public when I'm out there because like I make content. They let me know they're awakened. But before I make content, I'm like, yo, I'm the only one thinking like this. And that's why I was thinking I was crazy. So thank God for the internet. At least we got this. But remember, if you're dealing with family members, friends that are Agent Smiths, they have the possibility to attack you in ways that you didn't even think was possible. One way they can attack you is they'll put their limiting beliefs on you. If you go and tell an Agent Smith that you want to do something that's going to get you out the matrix, they're going to try to defend the system by any means possible. So, for example, you tell your dad, now you know manifestation is real. Now you know that your prayers can actually come true and that whatever reality you want, you can get that in this reality. You go and tell your dad that, like, hey, look, I'm going to go be an actor or I'm going to go be a millionaire. I'm going to go do this. It doesn't even have to be a malicious thing, but their program is going to kick in and they're going to tell you, like, oh, nah, I don't think you should do that. That's not the safe way. Your 9 to 5 is there. You should be good. It's lonely, but you guys got to understand that you guys can't be talking to people like that. And if you guys do want to keep people in your life with people that's a part of the system, you have to kind of like alter the way you communicate with these people. If you guys can see something, close your eyes and see it, you can manifest it. So don't let anyone else put their limiting beliefs on you because you'll be the one that does it. And now you'll be the one to inspire other people to probably do the same thing. Because you got to remember, they're only going off of their own awareness. Some of these people are malicious, but a lot of these people don't really know what they're doing. And that's why we got to have empathy for a lot of these people I know they be attacking us. They be trying to take our energy and they be very annoying. But honestly, like we were at their point at one point as well. And how I kind of move in life right now is I just plant seeds with these people. Never underestimate how never underestimate the power of planting a seed, but also don't keep yourself around an agent Smith that is trying to actively destroy you. And also know too that you can't really have regular conversations with these people. And when I say regular conversations, I mean the things that you are thinking about. You try to have a deep and regular conversation with someone that's in the matrix, they're going to start malfunctioning immediately. If you guys have experienced something like that, drop ones in the chat. When you guys first awakened, you probably had to train yourself to like integrate back into society. Because anytime you try to have like a real conversation, they start freaking out. They're like, how dare you? How dare you talk about all these different things? And then you became a target. So it becomes a little bit exhausting when you first awaken because you have to kind of relearn how to operate in society. But even after you relearn how to integrate back into society, it's still exhausting, like being out there and just talking to people because you guys don't like pretending. You guys don't like faking. And when you start actually looking around and you look at this Truman Show, you see that 90% of people are just faking and you guys can't deal with that. And that's another reason a lot of you guys can't survive at a 9 to 5 because a 9 to 5 is just like everyone playing a role. It's like a TV show. It's actors, this and that. And then you come in the scene and you're like, I'm not doing this. Like you guys are like the one they keep giving you the script and you keep throwing it on the floor. Like, I'm not doing this. And now you're 9 to 5, be looking at you like, oh, this person is a problem. And then they start having meetings about you. And this isn't just about your 9 to 5. This could be in your family system. This could be in a toxic friend group. A lot, a lot of you guys choose to stay in the house because a lot of people out there are operating in systems and illusions that you don't want to be a part of. That's why you guys get targeted in these friend groups like all the time. Because a lot of these friend groups be having unspoken rules. When you get to that friend group, they give you the script. You read it and you just throw it down in their face like, I'm not doing this. Not verbatim, but that's how you guys be moving. Because in that script, they be like, hey, so it's like they walk you around and they tell you the rules. Like, hey, look, so that is the group leader. We don't mess with that person. They get to do whatever they want. Don't question them. That one is the second in charge. They're a little bit more lenient, kind of cool, but still don't mess with them because they're protected. Now, these are the flying monkeys. They just follow whatever that person does. So you don't want to gossip about the lead. That's the stuff that you be seeing, and you're like, I'm what? I'm not operating like that. And because you don't operate like that, now they turn into a cult. The leader's like, all right, off with his head. And they stick all those people on you, and now you find yourself going against a group. And you're like, what is going on right now? When it was first happening, you didn't know what was going on. Now you know what's going on. Now people try to isolate you, and you're like, oh, I get to go back to the house. This is amazing. You start smiling. That's why you guys be pissing a lot of people off, and I like it because it's like the collective. We're all helping each other raise the vibration of the planet. So when you guys are out there taking down groups, you guys make my life easier. When I take down a group out here, when I take down a narc, I make your lives easier, and vice versa. So guys, keep doing that so we can make the world a better place. But it took us a minute to get here because we was getting obliterated in the beginning, guys. I know we're strong now. I know we got discernment, but we got to keep it real. Hey, we went through fire to get to where we were at. These groups was taking us out. We didn't know what was going on. Once again, we thought everyone was operating within the truth. We thought everyone valued that stuff. Come to find out they were playing a game that we didn't even know what was going on. And because you guys vibrate at this certain level, you guys don't operate in a social hierarchy. Just saying social hierarchy is like very weird. It's still like kind of crazy to even think that that's an actual thing. And you guys had to keep going through group after group after group. It was like the 10th group where you finally start thinking like, oh, this is the thing. It's just so dumb. That's why it wasn't like really on your radar, because you're like, there's no way this is what's going on right here. But it is, you guys start operating up that social hierarchy. These groups too, they want a destiny swap with you as well. Groups be doing it on like a collective basis. Toxic groups run off of collective narcissism, and these groups survive off of sacrificing other people. And that's why God be sending you guys to these groups to dismantle these people. Because these groups come across you guys, tried you when they're not supposed to, and now the whole group isn't friends anymore because they weren't able to get that type of energy. That's why people need to start doing their research on you guys. If they were able to see all the groups you took down, all the narcs you took out, they will just leave you alone. But once again, you guys look very innocent, but you guys are out here like destroy. I kind of get it though. Like if I saw her from like the outside, I wouldn't believe it either. Like imagine like you're like you meet one of us in the bus and we're just having stories like I just took down a whole cult, this and that. I wouldn't like I would have to kind of like side eye you. But I think that's what kind of makes us even more stronger. It's better to have someone underestimate you than to know that you are this person that you are. And that's the good thing that comes with duality. And that's why you guys are like very unpredictable people. Because if not even the Matrix was able to keep you guys under a spell. Now remember, the Matrix is a macro level witchcraft spell. 90% of people are under that spell. You guys somehow broke out of that. And now they don't know what to do with you because you don't think like the average person. Every time they think you're gonna go this way, you go that way. Every time they think you're gonna react, you stay like straight face. You're out here reading people's minds, seeing into the future. No wonder you guys are a target. If the Matrix is looking at you, you guys be downplaying yourself. That's like a very scary thing to come across. Because what do you mean nothing works on this person? This is like a system that they've had set up for like a very long time. What do you mean isolation doesn't like? What do you mean if they don't care that they get excluded? What do you mean a humiliation ritual isn't really affecting them? You guys went through all of this stuff already, passed all the tests, and now this stuff doesn't affect you. And that's why you guys are alone, because a lot of people can't handle your energy. You guys are walking reflections. People that aren't happy with themselves or people that are fighting some type of demon, they're going to find it very uncomfortable to be around you guys. The only people that could be around you guys are people like us that are self aware, that are constantly growing, where we're actually happy if someone shows us who we are, to be honest. If someone actually perceives you and sees you for who you are, that will be one of the best days of your life because so very few people truly know who you are. Other people can't handle that though, because remember, they're walking off of an illusion. They're playing a character. So by you seeing through them, they think you're invading their privacy or something. When in reality, if they just was a real person, they would have no issues with you. Some people out there hate that you are who they pretend to be, and that's why they be targeting you guys. Some people be watching you and they see that like when they start to see that you're actually not pretending and this is actually who you are, the person that's trying to pretend to be you is going to make you their arch nemesis like immediately. And they expose themselves in real time. Like you guys don't have to do anything. Because once again, I be trying to put myself in a demon's shoes. I be thinking like, yo, if I'm a demon and this person is who I'm pretending to be, I'm gonna leave them alone. That authentic individual is not someone I want to mess with. But these demons, you can see it in them. They can't even help it. They gotta attack you. They gotta poke you. They gotta manipulate you some way. And they always got to find out the hard way that that's not, you shouldn't have done that. Because then they be exposing themselves not only to you, but to other people. Because trust, flying monkeys and enablers, they're not as dumb as you guys make them out to be. Some of them are, don't get me wrong, but some of them knows that they're demonic, but they just choose like to ignore it. They're like the strong one in the group. They give me protection. They're not bothering me, so I'm good. But sometimes when you come around and you expose somebody, they got no choice but to like see them for who they are. Because remember, like these flying monkeys, these enablers, they're like attracted to like strength. Narcissists, they have like that ruthless capability. They have that like mindset of like, I don't care, I'm willing to step over you. And that's why the flying monkeys and the enablers stay around them, because they kind of like provide them protection. But then the narcissist leads them to go against you, and they find out that that was a bad idea. And now the flying monkeys is like, you're not as strong as we thought you were. And that's why the group be breaking up. Because when that narcissist led that group of people to go against you, they thought they were really going to take you out. The flying monkeys that always followed them blindly, they thought you were going to be like an easy, like an easy W. They started recruiting people. They're like, yo, we're going to go against this person. Some people didn't even ask questions. They just like blindly believed the narc. Some of these people thought they were going to do the world a service by taking you out. They truly thought you were like some evil supervillain out here or something. Which once again, it'd be crazy because a lot of people villainize you guys and you guys just look innocent. You guys just be in a corner smiling like, how are you guys? How is everybody? And then Narc's like, they're evil. They're doing this. They're trying to take us all out. These be the meetings that people be having about you guys, and you be thinking like, what did I do? Like, are we cool? And you also be thinking if we could just have a conversation, like we'll all be good. But they know that you have discernment. They know you're like an authentic, genuine person. So they'd much rather operate within the shadows, not knowing that even if they operate within the shadows, you still see everything. These people that grouped up to go against you, it's like a lot of times no one really tells you what's going on. You just be seeing things like up like as soon as like the energy shifts, you just break down everything. Like as soon as like they make up their plan, as soon as you have a conversation with somebody, they're like, "Hey, how are you?" Or you're like, "Oh, they're plotting on me." Your clear sentience, your clear cognition be kicking in immediately. You walk into a room, you're like, "These people were just talking about me. Like, what's going on?" And then you start thinking, and you guys are very deep thinkers. Your ability to put things together off of like the small, minute details is an underrated skill that has gotten you out of a lot of situations. Someone said overthinking. Hey, it's not overthinking if it's correct. We be seeing through this veil, seeing through this matrix. They cannot get us. And that's why a lot of times, too, you guys go up against these groups. People, you will have people very paranoid trying to figure out how you know the things that you know. Sometimes, like, you figure things out based off the energy. And now you cause a war within the group. You be having these covens and these groups go to war with each other. Like, did you tell him? Did you tell her? No one told you anything. Your dreams told you. But you see how crazy it is to say that out loud? Like if you had a meeting with the narc and they ask you like, how did you figure it out? I just need to know before I go to jail. My dreams. They'll like just think you're crazy. But that's literally how you be getting these intuitions. Sometimes your spider sense be going off. Like you don't know why you're thinking these things, but that's why you tell people come correct or don't come at all. Because if people are trying to manipulate you, it's not gonna go well. Like you'll be able to feel it. And now they're gonna think that, oh, there's a spy in the group. People start fighting. Trust goes out the window. And to everyone out there that's like in a demonic group and you guys are like tormenting other people, I always be thinking, do those people think that those people won't turn on them? Because when people end up turning on each other, they get surprised. But you guys have been trying to like sacrifice other people for like a long time. And now you guys did a return to sender and now they're like sacrificing each other. It's like a lot of people regret meeting you guys because you guys be throwing off things where people would be very comfortable. People be happily like tormenting people, having the time of their lives, and then you come in and you shut that whole thing down. And as well too, you guys don't even want to be doing these things. A lot of you guys aren't here out here like, all right, today I want to expose this warlock. I want to expose this narcissist. Ultimately, you guys just want to be left alone, and you guys be finding yourself in these weird situations, not by choice. These things be finding you guys. You be coming to a point where you're like, I'm not going to talk to people. I'm going to stay to myself, and still finding yourself in the craziest situations. It's like a Disney Channel TV show. It's like a freeze frame. You're probably wondering how I found myself in this situation. And now you got to use your discernment to like expose another narcissist. Because these people, like, they hate you and they love you at the same time. They hate that they love you. That hate be confused admiration. So to any of you guys have people out there where they're like, they hate you, they're on you, this and that. Those people are actually like your biggest fans, to be honest. Hey, Brittany, appreciate it. We are crazy because they are disconnected from source facts. You guys got to understand that people that hate you, they believe in you so much that they got to try like by any means possible to stop what you're doing because they know you're going to make it. And that's why they hate on you. And that's why like when they wake up in the morning, they're like the first ones to watch you post. They're the first ones to try to figure out what you got going on. These are the monitoring spirits, guys. And we didn't get into it this stream, but next stream I'm going to talk a lot about monitoring spirits. But yeah, these monitoring spirits, these vessels, they love you, but they don't want you to succeed because your success is going to be an insult to them. Like they're not really on what they got to do, and they take your success as like you think you're better than me, or they just feel very insecure about it. And I'm saying you guys got to learn how to alchemize that energy, which a lot of you guys have. Before growing up, we would think to ourselves, why do people hate us? Does that mean we're not doing enough? Do we got to work harder? Do I got to change my personality? Watch what they got to watch? Whole time they hated you because they saw potential in you from a young age. That's how you know you guys are destined for greatness. Like they was hating on you as like a kid. They saw your potential from that young. What was it that they saw that they just had to start like despising you? And now you guys are finally starting to recognize that potential because they finally push you to the breaking point. If they just left you alone, you probably would have never really unveiled your potential. So honestly, you guys had them to thank for it. They tried to stop you, but they ultimately pushed you to where you want to go. So everyone in the chat, right? Thank you, narcissists. Thank you, narcissists, because the narcs was the ones that woke us up. You bullied us so much, you made us understand that like, oh, we do got something going on. Because there's no reason like you're attacking me for like no reason right now. That type of stuff, that's how you alchemize energy. That's like this type of stuff that they hate. You take that energy and you turn it into like a positive thing. Someone hates on you, does something crazy, just take that energy, go to the gym. Go use it to make more money. Then that's when some of these narcissists they'll start waking up and they're like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to keep attacking this person because every time I attack this person, they get a glow up, they get more money, they get happier. The smart ones figure it out. Some of them are like very hard headed, so they just keep attacking you. At that point, you just gotta say free energy. Just thank you. But yeah, these people watch you guys very hard. Don't ever think that people aren't watching you. Don't ever be in the mindset of like, who, me? No one's watching me. Trust. This is a spiritual war, guys. There's people, things are happening in the spiritual realm. You guys will have like a lot of G stalkers. When you guys awaken, this matrix doesn't like what you're doing, and there's systems put in place to try to lower your frequency. That's why you guys will have like a lot of G stalkers. You guys will have a lot of people that's just staring at you and you don't know what's going on because you are an anomaly in this matrix. People out there, they're empty vessels. So when you step out there, they look at you, you're like, yo, like, who is this person? And they don't even know they're doing it. And you guys are also clear sentient. So like you can feel people staring at you. Sometimes you don't look back, but then you're like, all right, let me give them a look. You'll look and they'll look away like real fast, like all embarrassed and stuff like that. That's why like a lot of people, they don't like going outside because they can feel like a lot of energy and stuff. And it's very overstimulating. Some of them will stare at you and they won't have any shame. They'll like stare at you and you look at them and they'll like lock that eye contact and then you start having a staring contest with somebody. This society is very weird, guys. Hey, you guys got me for like 5, 10 more minutes. So if you guys got any questions regarding anything in spiritual warfare, now's the time to ask. Uh, Shoot me a follow. I go live almost every single day. Next stream, I'm gonna be talking about monitoring spirits and a lot more about destiny swapping. If you guys just came in here, subscribe to me on YouTube. This live is gonna be uploaded on there. Appreciate the follow. And this has been a cool stream. A lot of you guys popped out. I don't really normally go live like around this time. You don't talk to anyone. A lot of people are like that on this path. It becomes hard talking to a lot of individuals because a lot of people can't hold a conversation with you with the things that you want to talk about. On this path, you're going to come across a lot of conversational narcissists, people that just want to drain you of your energy. And if you start talking about what you want to talk about, they're going to go blank like immediately. And some people will look mad that you're even trying to be a part of the conversation. Some people just look at you as like energy to be siphoned. No conversations with depth, facts. They don't want to hear you. And that'd be a lot of you guys are like family members. And then I know it's hard to set boundaries with family members because you'd be thinking to yourself, like, oh, this is my family. Like, I don't want to be mean or this and that. You got to kind of treat your energy as very valuable. And no matter if it's family members or friends, if you're dealing with an energy vampire, it's time to set up a boundary. Adding me on TikTok, appreciate it. Family can be the ones who attack, facts. How often should I fast and how many days? And should I just remove food? So I do intermittent fasting. So I fast for 20 hours, eat in a 4 hour period. Your fasting schedule depends on yourself, your goals. Sometimes if you really need answers, like a 3 day fast is good. But also when it comes to fasting, you got to build yourself up to it. Don't go 0 to 100. From my experience, family is ones who attack first. Yeah, a lot of people experience that because we're still like very connected with our family. In spiritual warfare, they use the people that's like closest to you. So I don't be on the side of completely like cut off everybody. Uh, but you still gotta kind of alter how you communicate with these people if you still want to keep them in your life. They come the hardest. I feel you, bro. They whose day they use your family against you? The Matrix, the spirits. A lot of people are being programmed and not even knowing they're being programmed. People think their thoughts are their own until you start to awaken and you realize, oh, a lot of stuff was kind of planted into us. A lot of our thought, like we're not our thoughts. A lot of stuff that we were thinking wasn't from us. It was planted in us from somewhere. That's why a lot of us get programmed from like very young and it's hard to break out of it. What do you go by? Like, oh, just aware or spiritual? I'm not really big on titles. I guess spiritual. I guess that's like the more broad term for it. Now I see there was influence. Exactly. That's what happened. That's what happens to me when I awakened. You don't know it till you're out of it, which is crazy. And that's why I have empathy for people that's still within the system. And that's why I also have empathy for people that come at me for my beliefs. Because sometimes people just aren't there yet, and that's completely fine. But also to understand some people, how you know they're operating out of ego is if your beliefs triggers theirs. Someone that had a true ego death and is not operating out of ego, they don't really care about what other people believe because they allow people to be themselves. But if other people start getting mad at you for believing this and that, that's them operating out of ego. We shouldn't judge exactly. That heart chakra gotta be open. How do you react how do you react with a person that was part of humiliation rituals afterwards? That's a good question, actually. I'm gonna pass it back to the chat. I'm gonna answer it as well. How do you guys handle if you had people involved in your humiliation ritual? Me, I'm cutting everybody off. I'm sorry. If you can't think for yourself, and even if you were like you got manipulated, you didn't know what was going on, I don't want you around me because you're showing me that you can't think for yourself. Like I want solid people around me, to be honest. You guys are on the same side, cut them off. It's like the same thing for like neutral people too. People hide behind neutrality. When being neutral, when you're seeing someone get abused, that's like kind of like you're choosing a side right there. I think that's like a controversial take too. I be seeing sometimes like online. That's my opinion though. If you're watching me get jumped and then try to be my friend afterwards, I can't I can't do it. Like once I see you on that side, it's hard to make that distinction. Never fully forgive someone unless you can talk to them as if they'd never done anything. Facts. What are all my gifts? I got all the clairs except for the smelling one. So I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizance, clairsentient, and no, I'm missing one. Think clairsentience, I think. But yeah, all of them except the one for smelling. I'm a healer as well. So yeah, you have all. That's amazing. Forgive them and give them to God. Let them facts. How can you tell what you have? Just go to Google, YouTube, type in what the gifts are, and if you resonate with what the definitions are, that's the gift you have. Everyone has access to these abilities. The Matrix makes people not be like disconnected from them. Some people are naturally more gifted in other areas. Other people have to kind of consciously kind of like work on the gift, but everyone can tap into these gifts. How do you know which abilities is the strongest? That's a good question too. I think the one you think about like the most. Like for me, I know my discernment is the strongest. That's the one I'm always talking about. That's the one I'm always like kind of relying on. So yeah, it kind of depends on you and like what you're thinking about and what like you're tuning into. I watch your post. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. -1, appreciate the follow. Can you start a panel? I'll probably do a panel next time. Yeah, they're called spiritual gifts. Have you ever? I haven't done a podcast. Maybe I'll do one of those like in the near future. A lot of people say I should like do a podcast. Why does it seem there's so many shapeshifters at once? Uh we're in a spiritual war, so it's kind of like when you awaken and you're like asking like why is there so many narcs? They're like everywhere. Like that's just like how it is. I'm saying there's so many like demons and like demonic entities out there. It's like the genuine ones, those are the ones I'm like, "Oh, that's more surprising when I meet them in society." Like a lot of us just stay in the house and stuff. Jamie, appreciate it. Thank you. What should we call you? You just call me YNA. Monsters everywhere. Ooh, you should start a school, like an X-Men school, so people can find their gifts. That sounds fire. It sounds amazing. I always do be saying like this is like the X-Men. We are really out here just having gifts and stuff like that. And it's kind of crazy. Even though we have these gifts, we can try to prove it to other people, but we will always be seen as crazy or we don't know what we're talking about, which I always found out to kind of be weird because I know if it was the other way around, even if someone came up to me right now and said something that I didn't understand or I couldn't fathom, if this was a friend, I would try to see what they are telling me. And I would also trust that because they're my friend and I don't understand it, that there's some truth to it. But when you're talking to someone that's outside the matrix, they won't even try to like understand what you're saying. They're just gonna kind of shut down immediately, call you crazy. Even friends that you've had like for a very long time. And it's always like a cognitive dissonance when I see that that's happening because you guys might have advice, spiritual advice to give to a friend that can really help them out. Like, this is gonna like solve all their issues, but they're not on that frequency. So as soon as you give them that information, they shut down and then the advice goes in from one ear out to the next. And that's why it's very frustrating talking to some people because you see them staying in the same cycle and they're not trying to get themselves out even though you have the answers. It's a very crazy thing to go through. A lot of people don't want help. They rather complain. That is true. Friends turn to enemies, facts. Hey guys, but that's it. I'm gonna call it. This has been an amazing stream. Thank you guys. If you guys are in my TikTok, shoot me a follow. Also subscribe to me on YouTube. This live is gonna be uploaded over there. And yeah, thanks for rocking out with me. I think I'm gonna start going live like around this time so I can start having like a more consistent schedule. Or everyone in the chat, like, what do you guys think? Like, you guys think this is a cool time to go live? I was thinking like 9 p.m. Pacific. Sometimes I'd be thinking like, if people are even gonna be awake, like I just be thinking people are gonna be asleep. All right, I'm gonna do 9 p.m. Pacific. I'm gonna do it for like a week, and we'll see how it's going. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Take care.